Are we online?
Oh, shit. I was trying to pretend like we didn't have audio.
Hey, where are we?
I don't know.
Are we online?
I was just going to mime for a while.
Oh.
We are on the internet.
Yeah, maybe you've heard of us.
Oh my God, where is it? Come on, YouTube. Gimme.
Oh, there it is. Like. I like this. I'm going to like that.
I'm going to live chat.
I'm going to live chat it.
Live shot.
Les gens. I don't know why, but the video for the song Dennehy shows up under the recommended for me on the right.
Dennehy?
Oh, you ever heard that song? It's so good.
Like Brian Dennehy?
Yes.
No, not fucking Brian Dennehy.
I should play this and get us copyright struck.
Get out of here.
All right, I'm not going to play the whole song. We already got copyright struck, so whatever. I don't know why that
By that guy? Who is that guy?
I don't know. Dennehy. Serengeti.
Okay.
Favorite actor, Dennehy. It's a good song.
Okay.
Right.
Hey, guys, I see.
Interior.
Is it still playing? Wait.
Crocodile alligator.
I need to mute this.
I drive a Chevrolet movie theater.
Oh no, you're just hearing your audio recycled,
Oh.
I think.
Yeah. I thought this was muted. There, now it's muted. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm trying to delete it. Sorry.
Fuck it.
Oh, I'm so full of barbecue. I feel sick.
We are all so full of barbecue that we feel sick, but we are here for you.
Hey, Steve. Hey, Taylor.
Hello.
I'm so glad that you guys showed up for this appointment.
Well,
I
it's
should
so
talk.
glad that
I
you
should talk to the live stream during the show
We could. I mean, nothing's stopping us.
because
what are we going to do?
Because
Cancel the show?
this is a fan special.
It is.
So
Yeah,
this
and I
is
mean, like,
this is for all 7 of you.
I mean, honestly, like,
Who was here?
I mean,
Robert's here.
there's going to be an audio version of this episode, of course, but yeah. I mean,
Hello, Stephen
I
Hatfield.
feel this feels more like a video thing.
Man, we got 2 Steves. Hashtag
Yeah.
2 Steves.
Yeah.
Put it in the description.
Steve.
Hashtag 2 Steves.
Steve Beef.
Oh no, we don't want Steve beef. This is a time of
Yeah,
coming together.
What if we stitch
our Steves together? Then we could have 2 Steves.
Okay, that is Sky Blast
Sky Blast
Steve.
Steven. Okay. Yes.
Sky Steve and Bird Steve.
Why are all the Steves
Why are they?
related?
Yeah, they're all aerial.
I don't know.
Aerial
There's
based.
something.
Ariel Steves.
Hashtag there's something about Steves. Hashtag 2 Steves.
I just realized you didn't do an intro.
Not
Well,
yet.
No,
No,
we don't really.
we haven't really
have
started.
one, do we?
No.
Did we do an intro? I don't know. I mean, I
Or
wasn't
fuck
sure.
it, I'll do it live.
I wasn't sure we were going to do an intro. I mean, that's why I just kind of put us on the line. I was like,
Okay.
I mean, I guess we should do an intro or something.
I'll fuck it. I do it live. I'll
all
do it
right,
live.
all right.
Oh.
The people deserve it. It's.
Fuck it, here
Yeah,
comes,
what
here
are they
comes,
going to do? Fucking strike us again?
here
Yeah.
comes one take BJ.
Oh yeah, you don't even have to play the music. I'll just.
So
go.
you know what you're saying?
No, I'm just gonna wing it.
Wow,
Okay.
it's true.
One and
One
done.
take BJ.
People will get the experience of us just cracking up at whatever the dumb shit you come up with.
I was gonna be semi-serious.
What?
I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, Chuck isn't here to
I don't have any jokes.
ruin the take just by laughing
Yes,
too hard.
Semi-charmed
So.
kind of life here. Semi-serious. That's why I say that. I love I just made my hair stupider by moving it around. Whatever. My hair's stupid. Feel it.
Stupid hair. Why is your hair so stupid?
This week on the BMFcast, it's the penultimate Mailbag Clip Show, starring you, our listeners. 1 star, we're in.
Nice work.
Easy peasy.
I mean, you know what the last one's gonna have to be, right?
1 star, we're out.
Yeah, I mean, and not to spoil it or anything,
Yeah.
but you know, like,
That one's
Yeah.
pretty easy to predict.
yeah.
No, you just don't say.
Yeah.
Start with.
They never say it anymore.
I
Just
just
one
won't say
last
it.
time
yeah.
to piss that guy off.
To be fair, has anyone ever actually commented about that?
Yes.
Oh, there was- yeah, there was
actually
one
wasn't.
guy, yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
all right, sorry.
We've been making a joke about one
At
guy
that
for
guy's
6
expense.
years.
I thought we were
yeah.
just making up a person that was
No.
angry at the fact that we changed our intros.
No.
No, there was no straw man. There was an actual man.
Yeah.
All right. Did you have a heart or brains? Brains. That's what you needed. You needed brains. I didn't have any.
None of them.
Yeah, I don't
None
know.
of them, because our fucking intro jokes are
Yeah.
amazing.
Yep.
And nobody deserves them except for all of the rest of them.
And yes, Robert, in 2 weeks, we'll be doing a live stream. It'll be the
yeah.
official last one, but if we did that if we did the mailbag stuff in the second half of that, we'd be here till like 3 in the
Yeah.
fucking morning, and we don't want to do that. It's a school night.
Yeah.
Hey, we should do a penultimate mailbag clip show episode. Yeah, we should stop stopping the BMFcast and just do the penultimate mailbag clip show for the remainder of our
Yeah.
years on Earth, because we have more viewers right now than we've ever had.
I see. So like,
Yeah.
this is just our new format. This
This is just the new
this
thing.
is
It's
a-
like every week is the end. Every
Well, and
episode
also
is the
like
end of the podcast.
when you give like people 3 months to email stuff in, and then you have
Fair.
people today like, "Is it too late?" And I'm
Hey.
like, "No, it's not."
You
too
know what
late."
they say, or you know what I always say: hard work often pays off over time, but procrastination always pays off right now.
That's right.
You're right. It is funny though. This just like, I was like, oh man. After the first time we announced it, we got like 2 emails.
Two
And I was
emails,
like,
yeah.
huh. I guess nobody cares. And then like the last week has just
Right.
been like, oh fuck. I don't know how I'm gonna.
Is someone calling?
Hello, what's happening?
Someone calling on the BMFcast hotline?
I
What's
don't know.
happening? What is
Someone
that?
Skyping you?
I think someone might be. I don't know, but I also don't realize that I have that open because give me a second.
What is happening?
No, it's because I had it open for the voicemails. But yeah, I got it.
someone's actually
yeah,
dialing
someone
in.
actually is probably
Who is
dialing it right now. I don't know.
What's the area code?
voicemail?
I'm going to tell you the number live on the air. And,
What's- just
and-
give me the
and
area
Let's
code.
all call them back.
already.
Yeah.
already
Just give me
made
the
it go away.
I'm gonna
Somebody's calling.
I already made it go away.
Did you at least let them leave a voicemail?
I hit decline, which I
it just
assume
deletes.
sends it to voicemail.
Oh, I hope so.
Did you want me to answer it live? Was that what I was supposed to do? All right, fine.
Wait, can we actually do that?
I mean,
I don't know.
yes.
No, actually, no, no, we can't, because we will never get through this fucking episode if we do that.
If we allow people to call in
no.
live, yeah.
It's because I had the window open for the voicemails.
That's
but,
so funny.
That is insane. See, now
It's
that
not
is
even showing
definitely
up in
a
the thingy
last
yet.
second person.
Yeah.
That sounded like Skype. Yeah, watch. It's going to be the voicemail will be like, "We're trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty."
Oh man,
All right, I guess I gotta close.
Maybe we
I
should
gotta
do a
close that
call-in
window
show.
for now.
That'd
No,
be
no,
fucking
no,
funny.
no, it's
We'll do
closed.
or at least just mute it for now.
I just closed the window until we get
We'll
to
do
that part of the show.
$5.99.75, the call-in show. We'll just keep dragging this out for 6
See,
more
if
years.
we were more popular, we would have thought of this like 500 episodes ago. Like, oh shit, we can't leave that window open because someone might call in the middle of like.
Right, it's never happened. Yeah.
Right? No, I just like,
If you were calling,
yeah. If you didn't
We
get to leave a
have-
voicemail, I apologize if
We've
I
had
like,
people
hung
leave
up
a
on you. I just
voicemail during the episode.
I assume-
but we just
We
didn't
have.
have the window open like that.
right?
I assumed it's like your cell phone when you decline a call, it goes to voicemail. You know,
Well, I guess we'll find out. I'll let you know if the email pops in.
yeah.
That's funny. It doesn't show up in the call list. On,
I think it was 3 something. I think was the area code. I honestly,
Okay.
like I said, I wasn't going to read it off, and I don't think giving.
No,
I
fucking
don't
dime
think,
'em out
I
on
don't
the
think
air.
3 is giving out a 3 is too
I
much
hate
of
to
a.
tell you, I'm going to be telling you area codes so you can pull the correct voicemails. So
Okay.
people are gonna know
Yeah, but then
what Steve like the birds
999,000
area code is.
people where
but
you are.
could. I mean, we could always mute the output of the
Nah.
live stream.
What I can do is I can just hold up the number and be like,
No, how
could
many
do that.
numbers is it? Combination on a phone number? Because it's not the full number because there's like there's prefixes you don't use and stuff. I don't know.
oh, what?
9.9
In each area code?
Billion, something like that.
For each area code, yeah.
Yeah, it should be 1 million, but it's probably closer to
Yeah, because
900,000.
there's no 000 or
Yeah.
111.
Oh, wait, it's 7 numbers, right? Okay, so it's like 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be 1 million, but it's not. It's probably really closer to only like 500,000 because they don't use 555. You're not going to use 000,
Right.
111, 222. Well, I guess you could use 222. But
Oh yeah, it's 1 million per. no,
Yeah,
wait.
yeah. 0,
Very
1, and 5. You're not going to use those prefixes, so that automatically takes out 300,000 of them, right?
I didn't mean for us to actually do math live on the air. It's fine.
Sorry.
But I mean total, including area codes. It's like
It's a lot.
A billion, right? A billion. Phone
Taylor
numbers?
says they think it was Bracky Wacky who called.
Breaky wakey.
Do we need to write him on?
I think it's Bracky Wacky.
I'm calling it.
I mean, I'm going to go with it's Brack, like
Brakai
the Brack
Wakai.
show. And then
all right.
he's kind of wacky, but spelled wrong. I don't know. Like,
Oh.
hey,
Oh,
hey
it was.
Yeah.
It was Brakai.
I done it.
What?
Yeah, he's on the Discord right now.
Oh, okay.
PPT. Nobody can afford concert tickets, so we definitely can't give them away.
Yeah,
free.
we are certainly not giving anyone concert tickets.
Breaky Wakey says, "I sure did."
I won.
Okay.
I won tickets to see
Wacky.
Carrot Top.
I love that I'm like reading this and talking. I don't know if he's on the stream or if
No,
on,
he's,
if
he's in
he's on the
Discord.
stream. Yeah, I know, but I'm reading what they're saying on the Discord, and I'm like saying it to my phone. Like, did you leave a message?
Like a boomer, like, hey,
Calls coming from inside the phone?
Answer me, Breaky Wakey.
Hello?
you got to also hold your phone out like this.
That's only if I have a Nextel.
But this is. I don't know why people hold their phone like this.
I'm an asshole.
I mean, I
Over.
do.
Oh, because they want me to fucking fight them. That's why.
I don't know the one because they're on speakerphone, and they think that the camera or the microphone must be in the bottom,
It is,
so they
isn't it?
holler at. I think
I mean, both the
there's
speakers-
there's more than one
God,
microphone.
I mean,
Holler is such a great word.
Yeah.
I will always love that word, holler.
Yeah.
Just like the game Stuntman, there was that one movie, Whoopin' and Hollerin' 2. God, so fucking good. All right.
Are you ready to get this
All right, so-
catastrophe on the road?
yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. And I will let Breaky know if they need to call again.
It should show up in the voicemails.
It has not yet, but if something happens, I'll just...
Oh, yep, there it is. It's
Oh,
in.
it showed up? Yes. Wow, that one's going to be a surprise. I hope it's a song. They've sent us a song before.
They have, yeah.
Yeah.
It says it's all the food.
Wait, you're seeing it? I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, it just popped in.
Refresh.
Enhance.
Refresh.
Enhance.
Don't look in email. Look, it showed up in Google Voice.
Okay, well, if you can get access it, then that's fine.
I
That's
just
all
have
that
the
matters.
Windows.
Okay.
I got the windows closed right now. You said holler, now I can't stop.
Yep.
God damn.
All right.
Yeah, I'm so glad I don't actually talk like that.
So, all right, theater mode. Doop, doop.
Whoa.
Put yourself in theater mode. All right. So, boy, how do we even start?
Jackie!
Like I'm gonna do. Sorry, I'm gonna clap. Somebody has a marker because we've been recording for like 45 minutes.
Fuck. Sorry.
No, not that
Sorry,
long.
Boston.
It's been a while.
Sorry, Boston.
Sorry, your intro was in the middle of that jumble somewhere. We also didn't have music to give you a cue on that either. Sorry. Fuck.
Whoops.
He is a consummate pro. He will hook us up.
I might do a little pre-production for
Well, also you could just tell them it's the part where all the other tracks get quiet. Anyway,
All right.
are we ready? All right, welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey!
Hey! BMFcast.
Episode no number.
$6.99.5. $5.99.
Sure.
Yeah, $3.99.
We're calling it the
Five-
penultimate mailbag clip show.
$5.99.5.
You know, every good sitcom had a clip show. I don't think they do that so much anymore, but that used to be how shows ended.
It's the BMFcast Listener Variety Hour.
Oh, right.
Something like that.
Variety hour.
Right.
Right. Oh, so and
No, I will not let you besmirch the variety hour by variety houring when it's not a variety hour.
right.
You get yourself
We
in
have a
fucking line.
variety of emails and voicemails.
We do, but this is going to be more than an hour. So.
But hey, I'm Harlow, just in case
I'm
for some
Mackie.
reason you're tuning in now and you don't know who we are.
You never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm Mackie.
And I'm BJ.
Yeah.
In case
And
you
the rest of it doesn't matter because we're not doing that. We're just
No.
we're doing emails and stuff.
If you don't know what we
Trips-
have done
trips
for the
down
previous
the-
599 episodes,
literally click on
then
any of the other
You've
ones.
got some homework.
no, just turn it off because it's never coming. We got
Yeah.
one more episode.
Yeah,
You're
it's
already
why-
too far out of the loop.
Why start now?
I will tell you this. In the past week, I've had more people like somehow the podcast has come up in conversation somehow like, oh, I should check that out. And I'm like,
No, you shouldn't.
I was like, you're just in time, friend.
Yeah, it's kind of like trying to fix climate change at this point. Why bother?
Somebody asked me the other day, like, how's the podcast going? And I was like, well,
Yes, somebody
it's
asked
going
me.
great.
Yep, somebody asked me that earlier this week, and I was like, yeah, it's good for like another 2 weeks.
Time to
And-
catch up.
And then we fire it into the sun.
Our last trip at Kira's home.
Yes, fortnightly. My goodness. So, you
Yeah.
guys wrote in.
Yeah, we have some voicemails. We have some top tens.
Yeah,
because making lists and listicles is a thing people do on these types of shows. But yeah, we have like our top 10 movies that we've covered on BMFcast Prime. I'm eliminating BMFcast Extra and Spoilcast and anything else.
Yeah.
We've basically broken it up so that like we know which ones are individual to us, like are on our list only. So we're going to kind of cover those like in the first half, and then we're going to do some more voicemails and emails and stuff, and then come back and do like the shared experience.
Yes.
And just to preface, because I didn't do the intro, Robot Jocks is basically not excluded, but it's the middle.
Robot Jocks is fucking Robot Jocks.
It's like number 0 in the rankings.
It's
right?
the
like,
middle
it just-
bingo spot. It's a
the
free
origin story.
Yeah, it's the free bingo spot in the middle of the card.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
And-
it's part of everything.
And I will say, Chuck did not submit a list. He will explain why. You will hear from Chuck later in the episode.
Okay. Fair enough.
But
and
yeah,
then never again.
pretty much.
He is taking to the he's taking to the sun with
I
our
will-
Xbox 360.
I would say he has about 16 minutes of air left right about now.
Yeah.
ground control to Major
How
Chuck.
fast is he going?
At least 17,000
but-
miles an hour.
But yeah, he did send something in. So
Right. As
Don't you
many
fret.
of you.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were talking before the show on the live stream about how like, oh, the first, like when we announced it, we got like 2 and we're like, huh, okay. And then like 3 weeks ago we had like 4. And then this past week has just been like, all right, your email inbox is full now. So that's cool.
I mean, it's not because it's Gmail. And
Yeah.
has anyone ever filled up a Gmail? Probably.
I'm
I
trying.
shouldn't say that.
I've tried,
someone-
friend.
yeah, someone has probably done it.
I got as close as I could possibly get.
Yeah. So, do we want to talk about our top 10s or do we want to hear some emails?
Let's start with some emails. I mean, we've talked enough. I mean, even though it's going to
This
be
one's
us
about the
reading
listeners.
Yeah,
emails.
we're going to be talking enough. Let's break ourselves
Sure,
up here.
Yeah, even though it's us reading the email and then responding to it. But,
Okay. So I will say these are, for the most part, in the order they came in. So just throwing that out
sorted
there.
in order of
So
appearance.
Seth here gets the award for promptness
Congratulations, Seth.
because this came in like in January.
You got a legend.
So the best part of this will be new to Seth as well because it's been 2 months.
been so long,
oh
Seth
shit,
has
what did I
forgot.
say? Okay, yeah. So here we go. Boy, it's been a while since I read a fucking email. Seth says, "Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Hello, fiends of the bad movies variety. It's Seth from North Carolina, and I hope you will, in some small manner, know just how much you guys and your podcast have meant to myself and so many others. Even today, when people discover my love for the odd, the weird, and the downright silly films of the B-movie variety, they're completely shocked. You see, I teach a film studies class in addition to my regular English courses at my high school, and my love for movies such as Cyborg Cop, Samurai Cop, and I Come in Peace have often found parents knocking on my classroom door or sending vaguely threatening emails. Thankfully, my students who have taken the chance to experience these films and others, such as Order the Black Eagle, have all returned raving over what they've seen. In short, know that your work and your dedication to the film's time and taste have chosen to forget has impacted many lives for the better. I could say so much more about your amazing work, but my cats, Harlot and Chuckles, are fighting again on the nanny cam and need to be dealt with immediately. I will remain a patron as long as you keep that account alive, and I wish you only continued success in your future endeavors. Thank you guys one last time for gracing our ear holes for 15 years. P.S. I wrote in years ago identifying one of my favorite episodes as being the one where you reviewed Vampire Cop. In it, you all shared how weird it was that the prostitutes continuously spoke of chewing juicy fruit, even offering said gum to competitors. After some research, I learned that juicy fruit was slang for any type of breath-altering gum or mint ladies of the night could use to get the taste of man juice out of their mouths following a date.
Wow.
Take care and best wishes, Seth.
What a fucking legend, Seth. I don't even know how to begin to respond to all of that. Especially
We've got
considering
more,
the last
and
part.
they're just as good.
Oh my
Juicy
God.
fruit. It gets right to you.
I love that your cats are Harlot and Chuckles. I don't care if that's true or not.
Yeah.
There's so much to unpack.
I'm
just
going
in,
to
this is
believe
the first
that's true.
email.
I
And
know.
I want to know if Seth is still employed. It has been 2 months since this came in.
I also want to know if this is a public school because, like, I'm just
Yeah.
curious. I'm
that is a
curious
good
about the Order of the
question.
Black Eagle because, like, I know my personal experience of covering World War II in public school was and I'm just saying, like, perhaps you could pitch it as
Mayhaps.
real.
Yeah, I mean,
Order of the Black Eagle is real.
Yeah.
considering how public school is now,
Yeah.
but
Oh, God.
Jesus
That
fucking
there was a
Christ.
point in time when some Nazis tried to bring Hitler back, and it was up to a spy and an orangutan and some sandbags. And, yeah,
Sandbags.
Oh, man.
Oh, that guy got whomped by a sand. I can't wait to talk about that again.
right. Yeah.
Oh, God, that guy got his head run over.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like,
by an ATV.
you could probably
fucking
present that as
brutal.
like actual history.
Keep the faith.
Yeah.
Keep spreading the joy of bad movies. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I know that we're not your only source for bad movie shit in the world, but yeah, keep doing that because we're going to keep watching bad movies, obviously.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's that fucking weird joy that you find in life that is really, really important. Damn.
Yeah.
Thanks, Seth.
Yeah. We got plenty to go, man.
Yeah.
Let's not get too sentimental.
And the
just yet.
live stream chat is just going fucking
Oh,
wild. I'm
yeah.
reading every one of them.
Yeah, we're gonna we may just pause to address some of them.
We might
Just
have
be
to,
like,
yeah.
hey, because there's like people in there like Knobs who didn't write, and Buccaneer Bruce, I don't think sent in an email, but said been here since episode 10.
Jesus
Which
Christ.
holy shit, Bruce! Thank you, Jesus.
Episode 10. Hold on. For some reason, I think it's because like I spent so much time editing.
Ice.
Huh?
It's not cool as ice, is it?
That might be.
No, it's
that
Navy
was
SEALs.
13. Navy SEALs. Okay.
Navy SEALs.
I have
yeah.
the spreadsheet up because
Oh,
also
okay.
like we have a spreadsheet. That's how a lot of us, like most of us, ended up picking our movies. Is we just sorted by okay, what do we give 5 jocks to?
Not all of them. Some of them popped in my head.
Yeah,
immediately.
of course. Well,
Yeah.
yes, but
It's one of the ways, yeah.
this is how insane I am in that I created a spreadsheet at some point. And I used to have the run times of all our episodes on that, and that stopped some point a very long time ago. But
Oh, it's important to have detailed notes.
yeah,
so
but
that
I find
future civilizations can unpack this.
if we still have time, I may give some stats. Like
Okay.
like some of the highest averaged ones and lowest and all that stuff. But it's just good to have that.
Cool.
All right. Anyway, next one up is from Peanut Sky or Peanutsky.
Panutsky.
Peanutsky. Who titles our email? And Raquel, take up. God, I blew it. I fucking blew it. Titles their email. And Raquel, take that fucking jacket off. Hey, BMFcast guys.
Hi.
Well, first, I want to thank you all for ruining my day. I just heard the PSA on episode 594. Guess that's what I get for falling behind. Seriously, though, I can't tell you enough how much I appreciate all the work you've done to make the BMFcast podcast. It has meant so much to me. I live in a very rural area and have always struggled to find other people with similar interests. It's been wonderful to hear over the internet the voices of people who share my love of movies, especially bad and obscure ones. It sometimes feels like I'm the only one. You have no idea how many times I re-listened to my favorite podcasts. You've been my companions through many hours of yard work, house renovations, and lonely childcare. You have my eternal gratitude to both yourself and your loved ones who supported the hours of work you put into making this. I guess I have to crawl out of my cave now and stop just listening, so please send me the Discord invite, which we did. And for the love of all that's holy, please don't take everything down before I can archive it and hoard it somewhere. I can't handle Midwest Februarys without listening to Blaxploitation History Month. It's a good man. Great now, or woman, I don't know what Peanutsky is, but anyway. Great. Now I got to go buy some hard drives and panic download all of SF Debris stuff before he drops a bomb on me, too.
I don't know what an SF debris is, but I hope he doesn't drop a
Yeah.
bomb on you.
Is that like what's after an
uncomfortable.
earthquake?
Yes.
Okay.
We're gonna keep the site running.
As long as we can.
Yeah, as long as we can. So, and I mean, obviously, it's not going to update very much. There is some stuff that might end up there in the future. I know I have plans for some things, that are going to be Patreon first and then on there. But the site's not going away. So, if you don't rush out and buy a hard drive just yet.
Right.
like you'll have some time. You know, I think we just renewed the. Did we just renew
We
the
did. We
hosting?
just renewed the hosting. not
So
too
we've
long
got
ago.
another year, unless they just decide to kick us off, which
Right.
doubtful. If they haven't done it yet,
Right.
I think we're in good shape. But thank you. Yeah, I mean, I know we're going to be saying thank you. Like, start a drinking game now, and you will die
Right.
by the end of this episode. But
I know there's a running theme, which is like we have been some people's constant companions for a long fucking time, and I know I've talked about it before, but that means a lot to me. Like
Yeah.
it's such a weird thing that
well,
that we mean
yeah,
that we mean something to you means a lot to me. So thank you very much.
yeah, and it brings me back to early on in the podcast where we were begging people to write us by offering DVDs. If you wrote
Oh,
in
yeah.
and said so, we're like, here, we'll pick a DVD. We will send you a DVD.
That's right.
And that's how long ago it was. It was DVDs that we were sending
Yeah.
out. But like, and you know, here we are this many years later where it's just like all these people are like, yeah, man, I've been listening for years.
10 years, yeah.
Man, we had tubs and
wild.
tubs and tubs of DVDs back then, didn't we?
Boy, we did. All of us did.
Yeah.
Kyle says in the live stream that he's going to move in with me so that he can still be my companion. So
Hey, I did
that's
that.
going to be interesting.
I did that once.
You did. You were gone most of the time, which was a great roommate situation.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well for you, didn't it?
You were good while you were there.
I was, and we played a lot of Grand Theft Auto Online together.
We did.
Well,
was
see,
a
wait,
good
hold on. Like you said something about stopping when the live stream is relevant, or the comments on the live stream, but there's one where we actually somebody's first podcast period. Like,
Okay.
like introduction to podcasting.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and read this
Okay.
while Mackie is
Yeah.
looking at his telephone for the next thing to read. Ryan says, "You guys are the best." We know. Thank you. You were my very first podcast ever. The episode was Food Fight, and I've never looked back. Thank you so much, and I will finally be joining you all on the Discord soon. Excellent. What a fucking episode to join on.
Wow.
Also,
Amazon didn't want that back.
that's
That was one of the first ones we ever tried to return. And
Yeah.
Amazon was like,
no.
nah.
Just keep it.
I'm just saying that was
You can
before
keep
that
it.
was like common practice. Like now we know they do that all the time.
Yeah.
That it costs more
They
to
told
send
me to
shit
keep
back.
a fucking Xbox.
Yeah. I mean, they did.
Yeah.
They tried to tell me to keep my TV. They were like,
Yeah.
like, it would be so expensive to send this TV back. Actually, they ended up just like negotiating me down to like give me some money back and just to keep it.
Right.
But yeah,
Insanity.
but no, I mean, it was one of our first things of like, I would like to return this piece of shit, and they're like, we're good, thank you.
Ryan also tried to return his listening to that episode, but we refused it as well.
Right.
So,
Well, Ryan, we're glad you stuck around after a very weird 3D animated Casablanca ripoff starring vegetables. That was barely fucking finished. Insanity. All right, so this is kind of a two-parter because this is Rob, who might be in the chat right now, Rob C., who sent in an email and then sent in a voicemail, and it's from +44 area code. But I'll read the email first because this one was last week. So he says, "So long, and thanks for all the jocks. Hello, good evening, and goodbye, Harlow, Mackie, BJ, and Chuck in spirit. I started listening to you fellas from episode 83, Deathstalker, via Chuck, via Water Cooler Films, and liking your humor, banter, and fun atmosphere, decided to continue listening for what is now 13 years. Holy shit, didn't actually realize it was that long until I looked up episode 83. You guys have provided me and so many others with years of great entertainment and more. Years of great entertainment, and more recently, I have enjoyed joining in on the live streams whenever possible. Just want to thank you all for the much-needed laughter and relief I got so often from your casts, and wish you all happiness and success in your lives in the future. There's so many great episodes to choose from, but here I will champion episode 110, Slaughter, both because it is an awesome ass-kicking film, and it inaugurated the first BMFcast Blaxploitation History Month, which quickly became my favorite content you produced. Thanks once again for all the laughs. Yours sincerely, Robert C."
Jesus.
Yeah, Blaxploitation. I think it's no secret. Blaxploitation History Month is our favorite thing we do here.
It's the most
At
wonderful
least,
time
at least
of
for
the
me.
year.
I mean, I can only assume to speak for everyone, but fucking love Blaxploitation History Month.
Look, I mean, we're not doing this yet, but there were two movies on my list that like immediately popped in my head, and one of them was just mentioned.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm not trying to spoil ahead, but like, there were two that like I didn't have to look at any lists. I was just like, they're there, they're in, no second questioning, so
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah.
Yeah. If you want to play his voicemail, might as well
What day did you say?
today.
Oh,
Yeah, he
I
sent
thought
that.
I thought you
at
said that like
Sorry, it's +44 area code. Because he's British.
that's what you said. I thought you said like something like look back on like 3-4. I was looking back in like March.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, it was today.
Hey guys, it's Robert Connolly from the UK. I've already sent you an email for the mailbag episode before your last one, but I just wanted to talk to you in person, as it were, to say thanks for all the memories and all the years' worth of entertainment. Many years, as I discovered. Didn't realise how long it had been. Hope everything goes well for you guys in the future. Can't wait to hear about the future of the Patreon, and I'll just keep on keeping on. Thanks for all the memories. Bye.
We just had to play that because his voice is so pleasant.
Absolutely, yeah.
I imagine a soft like boop 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 boop. I guess he's calling, like that.
Yep.
No, not
Yeah,
ring,
right.
So, you
Thank
want
you so
more,
much.
or you want to talk about some movies?
I guess let's talk about some movies, but also, once again,
I want more.
thank you. It's just this stuff continues to astound me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is crazy. Yeah. So movies.
Yeah.
We've watched a few, right?
At least 599 of them.
Well, you guys. I
Total.
I think Harlow definitely takes the cake for the number of movies seen here, like this and Extra.
Well, we don't count it.
Yeah, Extra doesn't count. But even the regular, like you've missed what, 2 episodes? I think. You missed Last Dragon,
Right.
and I think there was one other one, and I can't remember.
No,
what
there
it
was 3. I missed Bailey's Billions. I missed one of the Buddies movies.
Space
Space
Buddies.
Buddies.
Space Buddies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Space Buddies.
Yeah.
Magic
And
the
then
Space Buddies.
Is that the one you were in Las Vegas for?
that might have been, or I don't remember. I know the one I tuned in like wearing my suit. Well,
Yep.
only the top half.
Ah,
Yeah.
But yeah, like yeah, I don't remember which episode that was though. I mean, because I remember I was somewhere
Been too long ago.
with because I knew I wasn't going to be on the Last Dragon episode. I just couldn't be. I mean,
yeah, too close to it.
Right.
I can say that entire movie right now if you want me to.
No thanks. We have
Yeah,
something
yeah.
else to do right now.
Yeah,
I mean, you can throw cell phones at me while I do parts of it if you want.
yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah, I probably missed the most of anybody. 'Cause
Yeah.
I took a big hiatus where I
did.
wasn't even in town, and I missed it terribly, like to the point where I couldn't listen to the episodes or watch the live streams. I tuned in every once in a while, and then I was like, what I found, which I'm sure listeners can appreciate, is like saying stuff along to you guys. Like I would be sitting in my fucking kitchen in New Smyrna Beach, Florida, like dropping one-liners and building off of you guys' jokes, and then I'm like, this is fucking stupid. What am I doing to myself? And so yeah.
The episodes I've missed, I probably should listen to them because I'll find it easier to listen to things that I am not on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah, and I used to listen to all our episodes, and that stopped along. Like,
yeah.
I'd say that stopped for me when Chuck started.
Yeah, when Chuck started editing.
yeah,
I don't think
Having to listen to myself talk when I picked up the editing when Chuck went off to the farm, I hate listening to myself.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And I got to the point where I could, get through it without cringing to death, but I still really do not like listening to myself. And that's why I don't go back and listen to the other, to previous episodes. It's not because I don't like you guys.
I lied. There is an episode I've listened to several times.
Cinescrote.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's almost practically an anniversary of it at this point.
Yeah.
I don't remember how many years, but yeah,
It was 2011.
I that one I definitely have listened to a couple times.
I
have
have
listened to
also
that.
re-listened to Cinescrote.
If you are relatively new and don't know what it is, just Google Cinescrote.
It was a thing we did to I mean, it was
to
like
riff on all the other bad movie podcasts.
It was relieving
and-
stress of like people that were doing better, but also being shittier than us.
Yeah.
I'm just like not very good at it, and extremely successful at it. And also like it was a time when you could do things on April Fools, and it wasn't like fuck you.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
We weren't exhausted by
And
April
I'm pretty
Fool's
sure that
jokes.
it was a Friday as well, so it all just like worked
Yeah.
out perfectly.
Yeah.
Because Friday was the traditional release day back then. But
Yep.
I think, God, I know we're like getting into this retrospective shit, but like I think that helped us so much to kind of relieve that stress of just being like, why are all these people listening to this shit and not us?
Yeah.
And then finally that let us get like over it basically, and just be like, you know what? Fuck it, man.
Yeah, it
like
knocked,
let's
the
keep,
chip right off the shoulder,
yeah,
basically.
yeah. Like let's keep doing what we're doing, because
Yeah.
we could still be bitter about it. We could look at
I
every
still
every
am. I'm just
fucking
not as
like
bitter.
every fucking best movie podcast thing, and it's like, how did this get made? And it's like, you know what? I just don't like that show, and I don't like their attitude, and
Yeah.
I mean, congrats, you had people who were already fairly famous who started it, and that's how people listen to it, and now it just has this steamrolling thing, and
Right.
and that's part of like the thing about podcasting now is also like you have to have a publicist to get anything promoted anywhere
Right.
anymore. Like it's not what it was. It has been co-opted, and it's not what it was in 2009. And like,
No.
I hate to say, like, even if we started tomorrow, brand new, had never done this before, in 2039, when we go, 15 years, we would not nearly have the people here that we have now on this live stream.
Or we'd have to do it a completely different way, where we
Yeah.
we cut TikToks and or reels to post.
Oh,
you
man,
know, 3
YouTube
or
Shorts, that's what it's all about.
or YouTube Shorts. Yeah, all 3 of those platforms. And we don't want to do any of that shit. We never wanted to do any of that like hacky promotional bullshit. And because of the fact that we started early and our listeners are awesome, we haven't had to.
Yeah.
Which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, so actually, there was a point in time where I would have been afraid, not necessarily for me. I feel like I never got quite as angry. I was angry, but never quite as angry. I met one of those other guys from the other podcast, the ones that we were directly making fun of at the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
and just had a conversation. I wasn't like angry at him or didn't even try to be like, oh, we did this better than you or anything like that. I remember there's a point in time when that podcast would get mentioned, like y'all would both be like visibly angry. So
Yeah.
but anyway,
Well, and you can figure out the name from Cinescope if
sure.
you know anything about what the other ones
The
were.
early podcast days.
Yeah, but it's amazing to think about all the podcasts that were around back then.
And none of them are.
There's like 2.
Yeah, okay, there's 2.
Yeah, and one has writers who wrote for The Daily Show, and then then We Hate Movies. Those guys are awesome. Like I at first I was like, man, fuck you guys for doing this, but they're awesome. Like
Yeah,
I can't
credit
even
where
be
credit is
I
due,
can't even
for
be a
sure.
dick about it. They're funny as fuck, and they're really cool dudes as well. So
And
They-
we're
they-
only one of those things.
yeah, they get to do it for a living. it's got to be a lot more
good for
fun to
them,
do it
yeah.
for a living, or maybe not. Maybe they're all like, man, I'm jealous of those guys quitting.
Maybe they are.
You never
Maybe
know.
they are.
Yeah, but no,
Quit anytime.
yeah, they
Start a YouTube channel or something.
yeah. But anyway, movies.
Uh-huh.
We were going to talk about movies,
right? Yeah, we got a little sidetracked there.
Yeah. So who wants to go first?
Do we
With-
just want to go in
Uh,
announcement order, like how we normally do? Is it just easier that way? I don't care.
Doesn't matter. Harlow, go.
Yeah.
Go for it, Harlow.
Just
Let's hear.
in terms of how we
Yeah,
normally
and
announce
like you
ourselves.
said, we're skipping the ones that we know we have joint. Custody
We
of.
have little asterisks next to ones that are shared.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, my first standalone one is Maniac Cop 2. Not only because it's a great, dumb, crazy movie where there is
Maniac Cop?
so much broken glass. I mean,
God, yeah.
as he just pushes that dude all the way through the entire police station, the old 80s,
All
like
glass
the
walls,
old
yeah.
80s all glass partition police station all the way through it. But I think, if I recall, that might actually be the first utterance of a loose cannon in one of our movies.
It probably is.
I think it was. I feel like that was.
Was it? Man, it's so hard to tell because
I felt like we were dying for that to happen,
right.
and it just never
It,
would.
it happens all the time in movies that I don't watch for this, but never on one of ours. But yeah, I think that was the first one where that actually finally dropped, and it brought me great joy. So anyway, next, I mentioned I sort of hinted at one of my favorite blaxploitation movies, the one that sort of kicked it off. But one of my other favorite ones is one that was kind of a team up effort, like the Avengers of blaxploitation. It was Three the Hard Way, and I fucking enjoyed the shit out of that movie. Yeah. I believe is that where Doodlebug and Pickles came from or something too? Weren't they like side characters in that or something?
I don't recall
I don't
now.
remember if it was that,
I just
but
know
yeah.
that's the best one with
Junebug and Pickles or something. I don't know, some kind of bug.
yeah. It's just like I that's the one I enjoy the most as far as like everyone but Jim Brown. I think that's their best one.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Jim Kelly by far, that's his best one. Like, that's the disappointing thing about Jim Kelly is like you expect him to be awesome in his solo ones, and it just never is.
Cleopatra Jones is Doodlebug.
Okay, all right.
Doodlebug and Pickle.
I can't believe I actually remember it was Doodlebug and not Junebug. But yeah, I don't know what a Doodlebug is. Yeah, Three Hard Way. And then just the other movie that like immediately jumped to the forefront of my brain. Like I said, these are in no order whatsoever.
None of ours are for
just
for
so you know,
reference.
like they're not even alphabetical order. They're just stream of consciousness order. Just pure joy put to film, then to recording. Xanadu.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Xanadu.
I don't know that. I mean, I was high. I was naturally high in that studio tonight.
I'm pretty sure we
100%.
said that.
100% I
Even
was
like
high.
We all
Zar-
felt like we were high.
I
even
was high
Zark
as
was there,
fuck.
and Zark was just like, I don't even know. I'm not sure what I'm feeling right now, but it's good.
Yeah,
It is good.
Yeah,
And we were just like, I don't need drugs ever. I
Yeah.
can just watch Xanadu.
Yeah, I was 100% high, and and not from anything but natural methods.
One of the very wonderful things is me later discovering that it is even better on drugs. Just for the record, just
I'm sure it is.
do some drugs. You pick your
I
drug.
mean, you've seen Xanadu, but have you ever seen Xanadu on weed? Yeah.
You know which drugs you should be using
Just
when you're
safely
watching
do
Xanadu.
safely use those drugs.
Safely use those drugs.
They might grow
We
in
can
cow
say that
shit. I don't
now.
know.
Who cares? What are they going to do? Cancel the show? Yeah,
Say
fuck it.
anything.
Do drugs, kids.
Yeah.
It's great for you.
Just keep the cocaine out of the fresh air.
Say no to school.
It will
Do
go
drugs.
bad. We
Yeah.
have learned that.
I hope that somewhere someone actually thinks that's true. I just really do. I mean, there are little things in like I hope in life that like I want to seed out and affect life in like the strangest ways possible. And I just want someone to go up to somebody and be like, if you leave cocaine out in the open air, it goes bad. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. All right. Anyway,
Just like that guy who read it on Twitter who's
Yeah.
like, I know, I'm sure I saw it.
Sorry, that was Xanadu. Next is I almost feel weird like mentioning this for a multitude of reasons, but I can't help the fact that it was such an incredibly fun episode to record, and that is Deathstalker.
Yeah.
It's Chuck's first episode.
Yeah.
It's not exactly appropriate then or now or anytime, but it was fun. Like
The episode was fun as hell.
Yeah.
The movie itself, aside from some really cringy stuff, is also just
I've watched it since.
yeah.
It's fun.
It's MST3K style fodder.
It's really like,
you know.
yeah, you take out that one element, of course,
yeah.
Right.
but
But like we said
I
in
think
recording
we-
the episode, it's just part of the language, part of the
Yeah.
culture. It's
Well-
expected in the Deathstalker universe.
Right.
I also think that it was like if we to the point where we were making jokes about how consensual sex is like the greatest gift one can be given in the Deathstalker universe. It's like that's where we got to
Yeah.
with that. But that also just solidified that Chuck was going to last.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then, one of my few true throwback ones on my list, and I had to really think about it. Like, what we kind of consider the original like Mount Rushmore of movies. Like, what would I actually put up there besides Robot Jacks, which, like I said, is our center square.
Right.
Jim J. Bullock. But it's I go for I Come in Peace, aka Dark Angel. However you like to sprechen it. But you have that on your
That
list.
one's on my list. Yeah.
I could have swore you said Arena, and that's why I didn't.
Those are both on my list.
Sorry, I didn't say
okay.
anything for the last couple
Spoilers.
minutes. I didn't say
No,
anything.
It's
of that.
okay. No.
My bad.
Hey.
I thought I put that on there because you put Arena on there. I had Arena and I Come in Peace on there at first. Arena had to go because I was trying to pare down to 10. I'm sorry.
Either way.
All right, fine. One that's actually only on my list, I believe, is Hologram Man. I really shouldn't have to explain that. I
No.
feel like I feel like Hologram Man, if I had to point to one movie, just to be like, do you need to understand what it is we're kind of looking for? I feel like that's the movie. And I'm not saying it's because it's like it's the best or anything like that. I just feel like it is so earnest. It is so bad. And the people are like 100% behind what they're doing. And it's done with absolutely no winking to the camera. Samurai Cop could be the same thing, but like something about Hologram Man is just
I think
so great.
The thing that sets Hologram Man apart for me is it's a vanity project because that dude was the screenwriter.
Yeah.
And that also, it's like The Room, but watchable.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Fair.
Like The Room with fucking explosions and just idiocy and just being awesome.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah, and weird like animation effects of like lightning and shit. I mean, just like that cool like 80s vibe of
well, like that they could have given him any skin suit whatsoever, and they just chose one that looked exactly like his like white dreadlocked dude. Again, that movie's great.
yeah. But yeah, that's the last of my
And-
list. I think everything else on my list is shared.
So you want to go ahead,
Good
BJ?
list. I'll go ahead. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Since you mentioned it, and it's number one. These are in no particular order, but number one on my list. Like before I looked at my Five Jocks stuff, I was like Arena and I Come in Peace.
Yeah.
Those both go on my list. Those were two that early on I was like, I know I've seen these movies. I remember them being somewhat awful, but also kind of cool. I have to bring them to the show, like because I don't have a long history of bad movies, so I'm experiencing a lot of bad movies in real time with you guys, right? But Arena was when I was like, this one has to qualify, and we talk about I forgot the word. God damn it.
Steve.
Yeah, we talk about the
Stitches?
the bromance between Stitches and Steve.
Yeah.
All the fucking time. It's anytime somebody says Steve, my brain goes, Steve.
Steve.
Yeah. So it's just one of those that
No.
I couldn't believe. For one, I couldn't believe that we figured it out, and for two, I couldn't believe how fucking ridiculous it was, even compared to the way I remember it, and how well it landed with all of us. Just a fucking knockout movie, and I think a knockout episode as well.
And a great fucking cover.
Oh yeah,
On that VHS.
Oh, the VHS
fucking
is
amazing
incredible.
cover. Yeah.
Isn't that the one that's like almost like Enemy Mine? Isn't it like two faces? of
Yeah,
each
two
other?
faces,
Yeah.
but it's almost like a fight card.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
Oh God, where is
Fucking
it?
great.
It's hidden
Sorry,
somewhere.
Yeah.
no one. But,
We don't know where the
no one but
VHS
people
tapes
our
are
age
anymore.
remembers the movie Enemy Mine. Sorry, I'm just saying it was an iconic VHS cover that was
Yeah.
all around.
I can picture that
Yeah.
tape in my head. I just
Fucking
can't,
rules.
can't find
Well,
it.
we used to
around
have all the VHSs up on the shelf.
Right, that's
Yeah. Old
my
studio.
brain wants me to look up there,
Yeah.
but I know they're not up there. Next up, semi stealing this from Harlow, and semi putting this on the list for Harlow, even though he wouldn't because he wasn't there for the episode. The Last Dragon. The fucking music in that movie is in my head all the goddamn time. It's right there behind all of the important stuff, waiting to leap out.
Just you can't stop listening to the rhythm of the night.
Exactly. And it's brought so much joy to my life to be able to either tell people about it or, like, not commiserate, but to communicate with people who have also seen it. And, we can talk about the power of the glow.
And
And there's so many references out there in the universe to The Last Dragon that I had not realized were there until I saw it, and I'm like, oh fuck. How did I miss this? And I'm so glad that I got to watch it with you and Chuck, and so glad that I got to connect on a spiritual level with Harlow by watching.
Took a
one of
little
his
trip
favorites.
inside my head for 90 minutes.
Yeah. It's not as bad a well, it probably is, but that part of your brain is not as bad as I thought it was.
Yeah.
And I think the thing about Sho'nuff in that movie is he's what I always wanted Rudy Ray Moore to be, and Rudy Ray Moore never was.
No.
Because the guy who's playing Sho'nuff is clearly doing like a Rudy Ray Moore thing, but I feel like it's better than Rudy Ray Moore. Like I like it, and it's more entertaining to me than Rudy Ray Moore is.
Rudy Ray Moore is so weird. I wish we could just do an episode talking about Rudy Ray Moore shit.
Mm-hmm.
But
We've done multiple ones.
I mean, just talking about him as
I know.
him as an entity.
Yeah.
But like, as amusing as I think his movies are on some level, he's sniffing his own shit so hard, sniffing his own farts so hard, and the guy who plays Sho'nuff, or whoever wrote Sho'nuff, both, they get what should be funny about that.
Yep.
Not not whatever Rudy Ray Moore thinks is
Him
funny.
just trying to do his routine.
Exactly, yeah, on a film. So that character fucking works. Plus, the rest of the movie is just everybody's bought in.
Yeah.
I don't think everybody ever bought in to a Rudy Ray Moore thing.
Yeah.
I think Rudy Ray Moore is the only one who ever really 100% bought in to all of that.
Pro tip, I'm not supposed to comment on this because I wasn't on the episode, but I'm not sure it's available everywhere, and I'm not promoting one platform or another, but I know for a fact that The Last Dragon is on iTunes in Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how they pulled it off, but yeah, they must have had like some kind of weird quadrophenia mix or some shit back then to
Maybe.
Some kind
Or
of
maybe
crazy,
they somebody just decided, like, fuck it, I'm going to sit down for the next 3 months and do this.
Yeah.
Nice.
So my next two are kind of related, and I also have an honorable mention that I want to throw in. But, oh, wait a minute. No. Sorry, I messed something up. My next two are not related. My next one is vaguely related to something, one of Harlow's, and that is The Apple. The fucking chaotic, lunatic, drug-fueled musical bad movie is an inspired genre. It very rarely, I think, hits, but when it does, it really fucking slaughters. And I bought a copy of The Apple on Blu-ray. I have like a copy of the soundtrack on my phone at all times. The music is ludicrous, and I love it. And I foist The Apple on people as often as I humanly can because it is.
So you're like the serpent.
I am like the serpent.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. That might be the episode I regret missing the most out of all of them. Like I obviously I regret missing the vast majority of them that I wasn't on, but that one in particular because like you guys had your own language already. Like I came back a week later and you were making all these references. right. I was like, I don't understand what a slappy apple is. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. Like all that stuff. I was just like, you like this experience changed you.
It fucking did.
Yeah. And I can't replicate that. Like I could watch it now. Even if I watched it with you guys, I don't think it would be the same as that first experience that you guys had with it.
Not the same, but it's hard to hold that movie down. I mean, it's like I'm just saying, it's hard to like look at it and just be like, oh, all right, well that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's probably a good way to judge people if they watch The Apple and go, huh, all right.
Then they can fuck off.
Then you don't want to talk to those people anymore. It's so fucking unhinged, and I love it. And it's unhinged in every frame of that movie is absolutely outrageous. And that is one, like, again, where everybody in that movie fucking committed to it. It is so serious, and that's what makes it so fucking funny. The song Speed from The Apple also resides very close to the surface of my brain.
At all times.
It's waiting to get out, yeah.
Yeah,
That little, like, frenetic, that...
The whole movie feels like a musical version of Legend of the Super Friends. I'm just saying, it has this like weird, like it's being presented on a stage on a television the whole time. It's weird. Like it just feels like a TV special the entire time for some strange reason. Like that's its vibe. Like it's such a strange.
Or like a stage play that's being videotaped and shown on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's wild.
It's a bizarre movie.
musicals are kind of weird in that way, but it fucking always hits. I'm never disappointed when I watch it. I might watch it when I get home tonight. So my next two are actually related, and it's sort of because of something you mentioned earlier. Is like we and many other bad movie fans have our own language in a way. Specifically, these two movies are the genesis of a lot of that, and that is The Room and Troll 2. And they're both like almost bad on purpose, but I quote Troll 2 and The Room almost daily. You know, you don't piss on hospitality and oh hi Mark, you know, that kind of stuff. Just they immediately got into your brain, right?
Yeah.
And I also just like the turnaround that we've had on The Room, and the turnaround that I think the world had on The Room, which is, oh my God, this is the worst piece of shit that's ever happened. And 15 years later, people are like, oh, this is the best bad movie that you will ever see. Yeah. And while that's not necessarily true, like the guy who plays Mark makes a living doing, you know,
was it Greg Sestero?
Yeah, Greg Sestero makes a living doing, you know, doing tours of showings of this movie. Mm-hmm. Poor guy looks like he's fucking sick of it, but and I don't blame him, but
yeah. Well, and I think with those two, it also kind of solidified the whole like, was this made by aliens thing, right. Especially Troll 2, because the directors forced everyone to read the script exactly as it was written.
Well, that one was directed by an alien. I mean, in that.
Oh, The Room, yes.
Oh no, I mean, I'm actually talking Troll 2. A foreign alien. I mean, he was an Italian director who spoke basically no English.
Yeah,
so,
that's what I mean. Yeah. Like he wrote it in Italian, translated it to English, right. And then forced everyone to read that as written. Yeah. And if they deviated, he was like, "No, cut, do it this way."
Right.
Stupid Americans. And so that's like how we get that just bizarre, what the fuck, what is this thing? And I think that's for both of them. And The Room, like you said, we had a big turnaround on it because I think we were all like, we all 3 bags, 4 bags, 5 bags. We tore it up because I think all of us, like, we went into The Room and it's just like this weird picture of this dude, and none of us had any clue what the fuck it was supposed to be.
I honestly thought it was a horror movie. I think we said this before.
We were waiting for that moment when things got like, oh shit, like when something, like when he goes nuts and murders everyone or something, and then it's just kind of like, nope, and now it's over. And
yeah,
I think we still had that taste lingering, but then, you know, we went and saw it in the theater with a whole bunch of people like a couple of years later.
Yeah, that theater was full.
Yeah.
And people were hitting all the notes. Like, it's not quite Rocky Horror Picture Show level, but it's one of the closest things that we'll get to Rocky Horror Picture Show, to getting to see that like happen live, that, you know, the cult classics sort of develop.
Yeah.
And every time I've seen it in a theater since, the theater has been fucking full.
Yeah.
Full of a whole bunch of people who love it.
And that's the thing, is it's the first time sucks. It's kind of like sex, really. The first time's kind of like, that was a letdown. And then after that, you're like, oh, okay. So there you go.
Yep.
There's your fun analogy for the day.
Yeah. The Room is like sex.
Also, I mean, just think about the weird, like, you know, like curved diagram we've been on where it was like, what the fuck is The Room? Oh my God, I love The Room. Oh, what the hell? Like, you know, normal people saw The Room, to like, I don't get it. What the hell's the big deal? To like, they made a movie about it, about the making of it, and people like that, and then that person turns out to be awful too. So we don't talk about that movie anymore.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, it's been a long time and a long weird curve.
Long journey for The Room.
Yeah. I do wonder how it would be received if we were watching it for the first time 5 years ago, as opposed to almost like 14
different.
years ago. Yeah, it would be a very different. And we just weren't as seasoned back then. You know, like God, like I think, like I said, the worst movie I'd ever seen in our first episode is, I think I said Twister or something, you know, and it's like, it's a very you haven't watched many bad movies, you know, just like when I continually see people on the internet say, well, The Last Jedi is the worst movie I've ever seen. And I'm like,
You've seen.
You're
3
entitled to
movies.
your opinion, but you need to
Congratulations.
watch more movies.
Also, did you not see Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah, exactly. And, yeah, but
Jesus
anyway,
Christ.
It's like this stuff is like anything else that you quote unquote get into. Like whether you get into like scotch or craft beers or bad movies or knitting or whatever, you have to develop your taste for
I don't
it,
give a
right?
darn about knitting.
You should stop casting your pearls before swine. Your jokes are wasted on us. Or them. Anyway, you develop your taste for it, right? Like, that's what an acquired taste really is like you develop your, you develop your sensibilities for it. You get your, you get your seasoning and you learn what you like, what you don't like, what things mean, how to extract different flavors and different experiences from different things, and how to appreciate things that you don't like sometimes, or how to appreciate more things that you do. And that's what 15, 16, however many years it's been of podcasting has done for us.
15.
15, yeah. Is we can appreciate stuff like The Room a lot better now than we can. And stuff like, I mean, we appreciated Troll 2 in its time when we saw it, but...
Yeah, but we also appreciate good movies more, too.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
At first, we were like, man, that just tastes like vinegar. And then we became like wine connoisseurs.
Right.
We're like
Yeah.
Roumaliers.
Roumaliers.
Is that all of them for you?
That is all of them for me.
Or
yeah.
for now, obviously.
For
Till
that.
we get to our... actually made some honorable mentions, which I'll mention.
Honorably?
Because we got duplicates. It's funny, all of my honorable mentions except one started with S. I don't know why that happened that way.
You love your honorable mentions.
Yeah, but one I'll just say, The Marine is honorable because that is my most popular Letterboxd review, so I had to mention it. I know when anyone on Letterboxd has watched The Marine because they put a like on my Marine review.
Fair enough.
Even if they didn't like it, they still put a like on my review. It's a Letterboxd thing. If your review is the top review for something, you're just going to get people thumbs upping it. So whatever.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So apparently I am the world's foremost expert on The Marine, according to Letterboxd.
Hey, Internet, you do understand this is how oligarchs are formed.
Yeah. But otherwise, amazingly not on any of our lists for some reason, but Samurai Cop. That first one, it's just like that whole movies made by aliens thing.
Yes.
Samurai Cop. And then Samurai Cop 2, my second most popular review of all. And that one, I ripped that movie a new asshole completely, and
I think that's
people
why.
appreciate that.
Honestly, I think that's why. I always try to say that remakes, sequels, blah, 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 do not affect the original. In that case,
It did.
It does.
Yeah.
But it made the first movie feel worse or not enjoyable in a way. It's
Because it was so self-aware. Like, it was
trying to do the organic stuff.
Yeah.
It was forcing that.
Right.
Like they had Frank look at the camera multiple times and make
Yeah.
the face. It's like, no, fuck you. Like that's the guy in the office who's like, I love Austin Powers. You know, and like it does a horrible and just like keeps hammering it. He's like, yeah, baby, you know, and it's like you
with
can
an Australian accent. Do
yeah,
I'm like you,
yeah.
Oni.
But this is my thing. Like I knew someone in the office in 1999 who did that shit, and I was like, dude, like that shit's wrote already. Like you've already ruined it.
It's the guy who sees the funny commercial on TV and the next day comes in quoting that commercial. We had a guy in our office that would do that. Like as soon as those Hump Day commercials came out.
Oh God,
Oh,
fuck
my
that
God.
guy.
Yeah. You know which guy I'm talking about.
Yep.
And it's the same guy that will go around the office telling the same joke and until he gets a laugh or until somebody pity laughs at him.
It's the
and he
fucking
goes away.
Colin Robinson, just going around
Yes.
fucking sucking everyone's energy.
Exactly.
Hair getting
Fucking
long.
energy vampire.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. Also, Super Fights. Super Fights rules.
yeah.
It's like watching fucking a cartoon with live action people, except they're all like American Gladiators and Mortal Kombat characters, and they fight superly.
Superly.
Also, by far the most recent, Sugar Hill. Sugar Hill fucking rules. I'm sorry, I love
Yeah.
that fucking movie.
Sugar Hill rips.
That was it's fitting that we started and ended Blaxploitation History Month basically on Slaughter and Sugar Hill because they're both fucking top notch
They are.
Blaxploitation movies. But my real ones, and I'm going in reverse order when we watched them. It's just easier that way. The Sweeper, another modern one, but man, that movie fucking rips, dude. Fucking like and I don't even care.
Terrible because I cannot remember a single fucking thing about the Sweeper.
I don't.
Is
even,
that the one with
that's
the
one with the
Battlestar
secret?
guy?
It's the one with the secret society of dudes who like just hunt down and kill people.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Ghetto Blaster. Is the one with the guy
Yeah.
from Battlestar?
No, not that one. But no, the Sweeper. We only watched it like a year ago. But it's like C. Thomas Howell, and like that's the one where they got all the fake Pulp Fiction-y talk in the in between stuff. But then when it gets to the action scenes, it's like, yeah, this movie fucking rips.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, Strike Commando, Reb Brown's finest hour. I will hear nothing else about Reb Brown. That movie is fucking hilarious and great, and yes, like that's one of those that when someone says like, "Hey man, you guys watch you watch bad movies like what?" And then I'd be like, "Dude, watch Strike Commando," because it's like it's got some bad action, but it's also just got Reb like going for it at his shoutiest, and yeah, sign me up. Ricochet, dude.
Ricochet, man.
Ricochet is just like the height.
That's another one.
That's the height of that era of like late 80s, early 90s. Like nobody knows how to research anything. They're just here to see a movie. And so it's just like, we're going to do the dumbest shit we can and just be like, don't think about it. It's a movie. And like, that's what Ricochet is every fucking scene is, don't think about it. It's just a movie. And then it just like compounds itself to levels of just like everyone in this movie is an idiot.
Yes,
and I love
an
it.
insane person. Yeah,
yeah, but the best part is it's got Denzel fucking Washington in it.
It does.
It has one of the best actors of our generation in it,
and
it is dumb as fucking rocks. Oh, I love it so much.
It's like the Net in a way where
Yeah.
it's just like just fucking detach your brain. Anything you know about computers, throw it in the fucking trash.
Yep.
And just watch Sandy Bullock be Sandy Bullock for an hour.
Yeah.
This is detach anything you know about the real universe from your brain, throw it away, and watch Denzel and John Lithgow.
Yeah, I mean,
for an hour and a half.
it is absolutely idiotically stupid, but it's so entertaining in being that. Like, if it wasn't that stupid, it would just be a movie.
Yeah,
you know,
nobody
like we
fucking
know we
wants
would
that.
not give a shit about it, but Ricochet is so stupid that it loops all the way around to being genius. It's great.
And is also in the Die Hard and Lethal Weapon universe.
Yes, you're correct. Rage, in the same realm as the Sweeper. PM Entertainment is my shit, and Rage I think is the pinnacle of PM Entertainment. Like, if you're going to watch a PM Entertainment movie, I feel like if you want to just jump to the top of the mountain, like you want to climb Everest, Rage is what you watch. And then everything else, and the only problem with watching Rage first is all the other stuff you're just going to be like, this isn't Rage, is it? like that's how I look at PM Entertainment. Is it's like you've got Rage, you got like Hologram Man, you got the Sweeper, but like those other ones are just that little level below Rage. And it's
You
the
should
only
watch
time-
them. Those are like your Everest base camp before
Yeah.
you get to Rage.
Yeah, and like the only it's the one where Gary Daniels is actually like good. Yeah. Because like every other movie, I'm like, man, like you think about Gary Daniels, like, man, why didn't Gary Daniels have a better career? And then you watch everything but Rage, and you're like, oh, that's why.
Yep.
That's right. Okay, never mind. However, King of the Kickboxers, everyone in that movie, like their acting is just perfect. It's perfect because they are going for it so much that like if there are bad movie Oscars, just here, have all of them. Like you win the Lifetime Award. Both of you, Billy Blanks and God, now I can't remember the other dude's name, the white dude, but just hand them bad movie Oscars and just be like, you are permanent. You are a fixture. Your picture is on bad movie Mount Rushmore of bad acting.
God, who was the
Yeah,
other
I'm
one?
thinking his
King of the
name.
Kickboxers?
Lauren something, I think was his name. God, I can't remember now.
Yeah.
But
All I can
and
think of is Eric Roberts, but that's best of the best.
yeah, that's best of that. And the last one, which falls in that category of this might not be a bad movie, is Detention.
Oh yeah.
Detention might be the biggest surprise that we ever had in this because we were just like, hey, this is the guy who made Torque, right?
Right.
And,
oh,
like-
God, that's right. Detention was so good.
Detention is fucking awesome. Like, and it's like
It's
one of those
nuts.
movies. Like, do not tell anyone about what happens in Detention.
No, just
And you know what? It overcomes the fact that Dane Cook is in it,
yeah.
and still is fucking awesome.
You might not even tell them the name of the movie. Just say, we're going to watch a movie tonight.
Well, you're gonna have
Put
to tell
that
them the
on.
name of the movie and the year because there's also a Japanese movie that always comes up first when you.
Well, no,
Oh,
you
that's
just
right,
you
yeah.
just take
Detention,
the person, you bring the
2011.
person to your house, and you're like, okay, we're going to watch this movie.
Like-
Sit down.
We watched that. I watched it like, I told Jen we're watching this on my birthday, and it was like a month later after like I was like I need to see Detention again, and yes, that movie like that is Joseph Kahn. I made the mistake of following him on Twitter for a while, and I don't like Joseph Kahn anymore. But man, Detention is just like that. That's a movie that had like. That's a man who got so many studio notes during Torque that he's like, I am not taking a single fucking note for this movie. I'm paying for all of it on my own. I'm making a fucking movie, and I don't care. Like, I'm not changing anything. And
Right.
that's what I love about it. It is absolutely fucking insane
It's
in the best ways, like in the most creative, awesome ways.
it's almost like if Detention had come out in the pandemic era, people
Oh
would
my
have
God.
people would have treated it like they treated Everything Everywhere All at Once. It would have been a darling, I think.
I don't know if that's true because I mean, like there were like Palm Springs. No one talks about that movie's great. Yeah,
I talk.
I know
about
you
it.
talk about it all
Right.
the time, but I'm just saying
It
there were
is-
movies like that
It
like,
jumped
came
into
out.
my top 5 movies of all time.
I just mean like there were movies
Yeah.
that came out in that era that like people are like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't know.
I just think Detention would have hit.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it needs some kind of revisiting. It needs somebody to find it and push it somehow.
Right.
You know, because like I'm just shocked you don't see like TikToks and reels and all that shit.
That's what we need to
of
do.
like scenes from Detention and just people being like, wait, what movie is this?
Perhaps maybe people realize the error in being associated with Joseph Kahn. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Who knows?
yeah, but
I did watch his Eminem
Body?
movie. Yeah.
I still haven't. I just he's turned me off so much with how he is that I'd rather just keep Detention and be like, all right, I'm good.
That's I mean, Twitter did that to a lot of celebrities.
Yeah,
for us, like
it's true.
Duncan Jones. Like
Really?
after following him on Twitter for a while, I was like, oh God, I'm just gonna go back to liking Moon and not paying
Yeah.
attention to anything else you say.
Yeah.
It's not like he's a shitbird. He's just fucking exhausting,
Yeah.
especially after fucking World of Warcraft. But
Oh, I can't imagine.
yeah,
Yeah.
I want to point out something that that Chuck said in the live stream about Ricochet is that Mackie screaming, "This is fucking stupid!" during Ricochet will stay with him forever.
He made a video about it.
Yeah.
Like to the extent that he had to have me screaming in that video about how stupid that movie is. But I just couldn't contain it. It's so good. I hate it. 5 jocks. So
Is that the end of your,
yes,
of your list?
that's the end of my non-shared
Of your shift.
list. My shit. So yeah, we'll probably just let's just toss another one out after each set of voicemails here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
the shared ones because we still got a lot to get
Right,
through.
here you go. Go.
All right. Where was I? All right. Next one's from Logan, who's actually a fairly new listener. And he just said, hey, I'm glad Mackie eventually told me about this. Hey, guys, I've been a huge fan of good, bad movies, and I'm glad I eventually came across this. I'm bummed to see it end, but it's definitely understandable given how much you guys have devoted to it all. Anyways, thanks again for doing this, and I really look forward to having a lot of content to work through. And
Oh, so much.
you do, Logan. You are going to be busy, buddy.
Welcome to the fold.
Yeah.
We're sorry.
Yeah, and he joined the Discord, so he's been
Nice.
chiming in. You know, he's fit right in. So I always like that because, you know,
Yeah,
it's fun
always
getting
good.
people
Yeah.
because we had discussions about how like we really like some things that on another Discord where they talk about movies and stuff, and like the people there just didn't share our feelings on things. So
Right,
I was like, listen,
Come
dude.
on over here,
Yeah,
buddy.
I was like,
Come here.
all right, listen, you just need to come over here because we. And the thing is, like, too, like, I can't praise our Discord enough because everyone there is so cool and so like not just
shitbird.
welcoming, but like even
Don't-
even when we have disagreements about things, we're not dicks about it.
Yeah.
We're like, no, you're wrong. but we're still friends,
Right.
you know? And yeah, but also we can get really deep about certain movies and,
And-
like discuss things on a level that most places just don't,
Right.
you know?
And-
Especially bad movies.
And those folks in the Discord, us folks in the Discord, talk about anything. Like it feels like there's a channel for everything, and every time I look, I haven't had a whole lot of time to like do BMFcast Discord lately. And every time I look, I'm like, oh fuck, I've got 700 weeks of or 700 messages to catch up on in every single fucking channel.
Yeah, when it says 20 plus and you scroll up, it says 40 plus. You
Yep.
scroll up, it says 60 plus. You're like, oh no.
Or when you go in there and it says 150 plus, and
Yep.
then you click on 150 plus, and it's like, oh, actually 210 plus.
Yeah.
Then you know you're really fucked.
Yep.
But
All right. So next one's from Kyle.
okay, Kyle.
Kyle's in the live stream right now.
Hi, Kyle.
Kyle says, finale letter. It sounds silly, but I've been having a hard time putting the right words down. You mofos have literally been in my life for years. I randomly found the podcast and pushed play on the newest episode. It was The Punisher, 1989. I was on board with the insanity. Finally, people who spoke my movie language. What sealed the deal for me was you guys discussing the doctor being tied to the stretching rack. And someone commented that he had heels on. And as the discussion continued, BJ muttered two words that told me I was where I should be. Dr. Heel Good. There are too many memories. That's a good joke. There are too many memories to mention, as I would sound like the Chris Farley show. So what I want to say is thanks. Thank you for giving so much for so many years. I'm going to be cheesy, but you guys unknowingly have helped me through some dark times. You've made me laugh. You've introduced me to some amazing films, and you literally gave me a copy of Roar. Oh, that's a good one to fucking get. We've all played games together and watched BJ scream and Mackie be sad because he wasn't Jason from Friday the 13th. We watched Harlow grow a badass beard and make questionable puns. We watched Chuck go from intern to host to gone to the farm. BJ banned me once for not being a patron, and I wrote every email with Mackie's voice in my head. I appreciate the time you put in to entertain us and how that effort helped to build the best community on the internet. Crash and burn. Kyle, late to the live scream hall, like the thing you walked down. Sent from I'm not crying, you're crying.
Oh, Kyle.
What manufacturer is that? Is that Apple or Android? Samsung? I'm not crying, you're crying?
I think it's Kyocera.
Yeah.
That's
Ericsson.
Cryocera.
There it is.
I wonder if that was a Harlow joke. I don't remember anything I've ever said on any podcast.
Dr.
at any
Heelgood?
time. Dr. Heelgood. That could be either one of us.
You know what? Who cares?
Yeah.
It's a good joke.
It's good,
Whoever
but
did
it doesn't feel like me. It doesn't feel like a thing that I would pull
Yeah.
from fast.
It's not. It's not obscure enough for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not like a big crew head or anything that
Yeah.
I would like that
Well,
one.
neither am I.
Well, sure.
Kyle, our constant late live stream companion.
Yeah. Always showing up in the last 5 minutes.
Always showing up in the last 5 minutes. Kyle's been our buddy for a long time. Thank you for the
Yeah.
kind words.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm not going to step on it too much, but the whole, like, I had some shit going on and you guys were there, you know, for it comes up a lot.
Yeah.
You know, and, yeah, it's a weird feeling, honestly. Like, I'm not sure. It's a good feeling. I'll say
Yeah.
that because, like, I think about like the podcasts I listen to and the stuff that's inspired us to actually do this in the first place. You know, like Giant Bombcast, Idle Thumbs, all those. And like, I realized I never wrote them, and I never said, you know, hey man, you guys are awesome. Like I love listening to you guys. Like you're the best. Like I never said that. And you wonder how many people out there like have listened and just never wrote in, you know?
Right.
And there's actually one later on that was like, this is the first time I've written.
Yeah.
You know, and that's super cool. And we appreciate that. And, you know,
I knew your guys were out there all the time. I mean,
Yeah.
I knew it just from statistics and broadcasting, if you will. I mean, like things you learn about audience engagement, and things like that.
You hear from what, 1% of your
Yeah,
audience?
maybe. I mean,
So-
5-10 if you're like, you know, like a super devoted type show, like you make an extra effort to communicate.
Yeah.
You know.
and Kyle says for sure it was you, BJ.
Okay.
So Good joke.
I believe you, Kyle.
And
I wasn't there.
This has to be something that everyone knows by now, but we have like goldfish memory when it comes to episodes we've done. We remember very, very little that we said, like, because and
sometimes then I have things that I just can't let go. That I'm like, that was the funniest fucking thing I ever said.
Yeah,
and
this
was not
is true.
appreciated.
But I know like some people would be like, oh man, when you guys were talking about this, and I'm like,
Oh,
I'll kind of nod and laugh along. It's like I have no idea what he's talking about.
sweet.
I don't remember
I'm
that.
glad
at
I was
all.
funny.
Yeah.
Somebody I think said it to my face once. It might have been like Jens or J-Mac, and I was just like, yeah, huh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Looked around. You can't see me looking around on video or on audio,
Yeah.
but like just looking around, like, did I really? say
Did
that?
I do that?
Yeah. Okay. But I want to jump back to something real quick, which is it goes both ways. Knowing you guys are out there and having a reason to do this has gotten, I think, all of us through some times too.
Yeah.
Or at least me. I can speak for myself. You guys can speak for yourselves. But sometimes life is tough, and having something consistent that you can look forward to is a real help. And so I appreciate you guys being there through all of my trials and tribulations as well.
Yeah.
I mean, no one told you that life was going to be this way.
I know. My job was a joke. I was broke. My love life is still DOA. And I am still stuck in second gear.
Yeah. I was thinking about like we've been doing this long enough that at some point all of us have been unemployed
Oh, for sure.
during
yeah.
the show. I mean, COVID obviously had a hand
Yeah.
in that for a lot of things, but you know, it's just I definitely looked forward to our quarantine variety hours the most out of anything during that time period for sure.
It was good to talk to people. Like
Yeah.
that was being able to do that was really important during the pandemic. Just being able to like connect with another person.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we got a voicemail from Matt from Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Matt doesn't talk like that. I just said Tennessee that way because I'm a dick.
Tennessee. Give me a
April 8th.
April 8th. April 8th is when?
Monday. Sorry.
There's two from Monday.
Oh, that's very sweet, Bob.
Matt from Tennessee.
Rob
There we go.
Bob.
It's in the. I got it.
Yep.
Well, I guess after listening to you guys all these years, it's time for even an introvert like me to finally call in and say, thank you for everything you've done over the years. But you know what? Yeah, I think the thing that made you guys great for all these years is the fact that you clearly didn't do it for the money. You did it for the love of it. And honestly, it shows in your work. And you know what? That's why you have such a strong, loyal fan base. So we'll still keep trying to listen to anything you put out. And in the meantime, crash and burn. Thanks so much. Matt from Tennessee, out.
Thanks, Matt.
I did it for the money, and that's why
I
we're
did
quitting.
too, and I got ripped off.
We're fucking
This was
pissed.
not. I appreciate everyone who paid for the Patreon, but
Oh, God,
you know what
yes.
that is per hour? Jack shit. Especially when you just divide it 4 ways.
And then
At least we
subtract-
got rid of Chuck, so now it's only 3 ways.
Right,
But still,
right.
Jesus, it's
Who
we
not.
still had to
at this
pay-
point has exactly 38 seconds of breathable air left.
Yeah.
You've been keeping track, old Chuck,
Yeah.
on his way to the
That's
sun.
not even remotely accurate. That was like 2 hours ago.
Ground
Oh,
control
no.
to Major Chuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do have one of the best communities ever. Everyone's awesome, man.
It's great, and I'm so glad that like we were able to open up. Like, so glad that Discord became a thing, so that we could open that up and get to connect with. I don't know, the word connect, like connect with a community or whatever. It feels so fucking tropey and stupid, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Again, synergy.
Yeah, bipartisanshipfulness. But it allowed us to connect with all you guys and like talk and get to know you and interact on a like more personal level. That's fucking amazing. I'm so glad that like that's been an option.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because it would have been, we were toying with the idea of forums for a long time, and forums tend to be fucking awful.
Yeah, it
And we
would've been a
tried to
nightmare.
do a Reddit page, and that was,
that fucking
We just didn't
That's
like
terrible.
Reddit anyway. Like
yeah. It's not convenient for what we were trying to do.
No.
But
Yeah.
like being able to, so we had a Slack channel for a while, and we're like, well, maybe we can open up Slack to patrons, and then all of a sudden, I think one of us discovered Discord and was like, oh, we could do a Discord thing, and here we are, and we can talk to you guys whenever.
Yep. All right. Next one up is from Jason from Dallas, who just says, BMFcast, thank you for the years of entertainment. You introduced me to Robot Jocks, for which I will be forever grateful. Crash and burn. Jason from Dallas. And he sent us the Crash and burn thumbs, which are actually the thumbnail on the live stream.
Ah, yes.
So,
Yeah, so at first it's usually a still from the movie, but we didn't watch a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was the logo, and I was like, well, that's dumb because the logo's in the center of the screen. So,
Right.
And then, of course,
Yep.
right.
Yeah.
Crash and burn.
Next one up is from Philip, who sadly was in the live stream but had to leave because he's in the UK and it's like 2 a.m. there. So, but yeah, Philip /Torpor if you
Oh yeah, I got old
see him
Torpedors.
on Discord. Just says finale and thank you. There's no need to read this on the podcast, but I'm doing it anyway, Philip. But wanted to thank you for the years of entertainment. You and your spin-off shows have been with me through a lot of life, 4 jobs, as well as some health issues. I believe that at some point I've conversed with each of you over Discord. You collectively have always been polite and helpful. I've been a Patreon member for a while. I can't look up exactly how long it's been since Patreon removed that feature a while back, but it has been a while. I've spoken with Garfield once. I've worn your t-shirts across Europe. Though the shipping to get them to me was a bitch, they've been well worth it and still look good to this day.
Hell yeah.
I'm wearing one. Not the one we sent you, but one of my own. I sent a few dollars for a round of drinks for your 10th anniversary as well. When the podcast talked about an oil painting, Man Proposes, God Disposes by Edwin Landseer, I took a little trip and got a photo of it while wearing a BMF t-shirt.
Right? Yep.
Also got a photo of Pound Town in North London when you were musing about that. Too much rambling. I'll finish up by saying thank you for what you have done. It's been a constant companion for ages. Please find and replay your version of the Shaft theme. I think that was in episode 3. It would be a fine way to finish things. Philip /Torpor.
Ooh, I don't think I have that audio other than the final mix. Anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I do because I'm also a hopeless kleptomaniac, or I don't know what's the right word. OCD.
Hoarder.
Hoarder. Yeah, hoarder.
A digital hoarder.
Digital hoarder. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have like old papers I wrote in school that are in like AMI Pro format or Ami Pro or however you say that.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
What
Word
are you
Perfect
doing?
5. Yeah.
Jesus.
WP5 format.
Torpor reaches out to me occasionally over Discord. Just like I'll get a random message and be like, "Oh, hey,
When the hell did you guys reference that painting?
Fuck if I know, man."
Oh, I got the Pound Town thing. I know that because
Yeah,
I think it was around that time.
Oh my God. Because I do not remember that at all. It had to have been when I was not around or something. Or I
in
missed
case
that.
you're not getting it, the British pound sterling.
Yeah.
Right.
Like instead of a dollar store, would they have a pound store, and would it be called Pound Town? And in fact, there are.
Yes. All right. Let's do one more voicemail before we get back to some movies.
Okay.
Okay.
This one's from Pierre. Monday, 306 area code.
We.
Hey guys, it's Pierre. Long-time listener. I wouldn't say I was an OG, but definitely an early adopter, I guess. Just want to congratulate you guys on a great run, and thank you all really sincerely for so many years of amazing entertainment. I discovered the podcast when I was going through a pretty rough time in my life, and listening to a bunch of people talk about movies that made them laugh, that were kind of bad, it was a nice escape, and it got me through those tough times, and it was generally an enjoyable thing. Since then, it's just been a fantastic thing to pay attention to and listen. I mean, you guys were there through a lot of life events now that I kind of think of it. And now that I'm a relatively new business owner and startup, when I should be hard at work, I still have the podcast running in the background. And it's a great way to kind of get away from what can sometimes be a very mean, serious meme world. So I'm really, truly appreciative of it. And I mean, 599 and a half, 600 episodes, so many great highlights, and you're going out on top. I mean, you could have recast the character a la Armin Tanzarian. That's a TV reference. I should make movie references. You could have had 10 sequels too many to a movie, but no, you guys are exiting out on top, and it's been great. Just super, super thankful for all this. I was going to say that, hey, I'm going to still follow along with no quarters, but, well, I guess that one's kind of done too. Hey. Anyway, very, very thankful and so, so happy that I was able to listen in and watch over the years, and wish you guys all the well as kind of things continue. I'm sure you'll do fine. I do have one small kind of confession to make. Up until about episode 300, I actually thought you guys were bad movie friends, not fiends. Guess that's what happens when you're enjoying a podcast and not paying attention to the title. Congrats again. Thanks so much. Best of luck. And I guess happy April. PPS, sent from my TI-95 calculator. Remember when that was a thing? Take care, guys. Later.
Thanks, Pierre.
Pierre with the sick no quarters burn.
Yeah.
Pierre does not sound like I thought Pierre would sound like a double.
No, no, he sounds like he's
Qu'est-ce qu'on sait, Pierre?
He does sound Canadian.
Canadian. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, you might want to turn it down.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Boot.
Came in hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to turn him up. Now we got to turn ourselves down.
That's just in the headphones, not on
Okay,
the...
good.
Okay.
Well, hopefully everyone could hear Pierre anyway. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're glad we can help. You know,
Right. I was going to say I don't know if listening to the podcast instead of working is going to be great for your small business, but good luck. Have fun, and you can only blame yourself now if you fail.
As someone
instead of
who had to
blaming
run
us.
someone else's small business for a while, sometimes you just you need something to listen to when there's nobody else there,
Right.
and you're just trying to get shit done. Sometimes that's what you need.
And also, we are the Bad Movie Friends.
I think
Yeah,
we have that,
and the
we have
Discord-
that registered, don't we?
I'm
Or we
not-
did
not
at one
sure.
point in time, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did.
But the Discord is also called the Bad Movie Friends.
Yeah.
So
Do we even? I'm trying to think now. Like I've heard Harlow say our intro so many times,
I don't really...
but you never say. We
I
always
really
say
don't.
BMFcast,
I
right?
really don't say it very often. In fact, like I don't know if you've heard me pepper it in from time to time, where I actually say it out loud because we don't say it.
right. Well, if they got
Yeah.
far enough to
Yeah.
to download us as a podcast, I think they.
we usually just say BMFcast, and then every once in a while
Hey,
we say the
BMFcast.
Bad Movie Fiends.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Friends works too, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
We'll always be your Bad Movie Friends in your heart.
Sure. In my heart.
We really just wanted the initials to be BMF.
That's
That's
pretty much
really
it,
all it
yeah.
is.
Yep. Pretty much. So, Harlow,
Yes.
why don't you give us a movie that
Okay.
is shared with someone else in your top 10?
Oh, I was going to say there's one about an archaeologist and an ark. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, how about A Hard Ticket to Hawaii? How about that one?
I think we all
Man,
have that,
you're
that
coming
one
in
on our
hot.
list.
Okay. I mean, sorry.
No, that's fine. But
Yeah.
I will say that is my number one.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna come out and say that I didn't really rank my list, but if I had to, aside from Robot Jocks, it's Hard Ticket to Hawaii.
Okay.
I think that movie has everything that we want. Like if this show had an ethos or something,
Right.
I feel like Hard Ticket to Hawaii would just check every single box.
See, and I feel like it's the hologram, man. That's like
Yeah.
I said,
But-
it's
but
not
like
my
I said, but
favorite, but
that's-
like I
But
feel
this
like
is why
it's-
this is
that's why we
yeah.
work.
I
This
know.
is what this list
Yeah.
is
Sure.
like. This list is for. It is like these are the essence of the Bad Movie Fiends podcast.
There's a lot more like slow dry humping and Hard Ticket to Hawaii than Hologram Man is all.
Oh,
It's just-
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
But was that our introduction to Sedaris?
It
yes,
was.
yeah, we skipped Dallas Connection.
Yep. But that one
it's also
I
kind
think,
of like a semi-serious attempt at a movie. It's weird. It
and that
doesn't
one I
have the same tone.
believe was hitting the zeitgeist or had hit the zeitgeist.
Yeah,
when
I'm
we
not
watched
sure
it.
why it came up then, but
Wasn't it
you
an
know,
Alamo thing?
it might have been.
I think it was an Alamo thing. If
Yeah.
Chuck was here, he would know. He knows that.
Chuck
kind of
always
shit.
knows that shit. But yeah, but that movie's ridiculous and great, and it has boobs, and I like it.
Absolutely.
And it has diegetic titles, which I will always appreciate.
Is that?
They're all written on the crates as they bring them in.
That's right.
Yeah, it's so good.
Was that one the one with toilet snakes?
Yes,
It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
it's
Cancer
a cancer
snake.
snake.
Yeah, cancer snakes.
Comes
yeah.
out of the toilet, and they kill it with a rocket launcher.
Yeah.
I just said that sentence.
It's so hard to remember some of this shit. Like a lot of the Sedaris movies have run together, but I was pretty sure that
That one's the one, man.
There's no
HTTW.
boring Civil War gold or anything like that.
No,
Yeah.
and it's not filmed in fucking Lafayette.
Yeah, and actually, I think
yeah.
most of it was in Hawaii. Or,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, yeah. That
thereabouts.
was back when Sedaris had a budget.
Yeah.
a cocaine budget too.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a movie. I mean, do we want to do another one or?
Sure.
All
Why
right.
not?
All right. I'll try to hit how can I not hit hard? These are all
they're
hard hitters.
Yeah. Here we go.
These are the
We're whittling
fucking-
it down to 10 out of
Yeah.
These are the fucking
600
golden jocks,
plus.
baby.
Plus, if they're shared, I mean, that's like
this is like less than 2% of our movies.
All right, fine. Then Action USA. That was a fairly early movie that we
Yes.
redid. It's one of the only movies we redid, I think. Didn't we redo
Yeah.
it?
We watched
We
the
did the
Blu-ray,
Blu-ray, but
because
then we
with
also
the Blu-ray
did
came out.
Tammy and the T-Rex
Yep.
remastered. It's
Right.
the R-rated cut, but I mean, at least
Yep.
that was kind of a different movie. We just went from a literal VHS copy to
An actual
And a
proper
Blu-ray, yeah.
version.
Yeah. A real release.
Action USA.
Yeah. We love
Like-
Donniebrooks.
Fuck
That
yeah,
has
we
some
do.
good Donniebrooks.
I mean, it's stuntmen make a movie. I mean, we love that, and that's kind of like I don't know.
I
mean,
think that established that for us, didn't it?
I think it
kinda?
established it. Yeah, maybe it was one upped a little bit by another one that's probably going to be mentioned
Mm-hmm.
in a bit. But yeah, I mean it's the sorry about your house, like drive away,
Yeah.
blows up.
Ruined someone's house.
Yeah, just like drove through the corner and then somehow it blew up. I don't really understand
Yeah.
how that works. But yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
It's so fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's great. Stuntmen.
Yeah.
We love. If there's anyone we appreciate more than we ever did, it's stuntmen.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to the Fall Guy movie that's coming, just because it's like not only stuntman, but I mean, Big Bad Daddy Gauze. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
being a stuntman, come on, that's gonna be a great movie. It's probably gonna be bad.
I hope it's great.
I hope it's good.
Okay.
Oh man.
So, let's get back to some voicemails.
All right.
Okay.
Or emails. We'll do an email first. The problem with having so many emails is keeping track of them all. Got a short one here from Adam, who just says, Dear BAMFcast, I could say more praising individual episodes specifically, but your culminating episode 600, I would just like to thank you. Listening to the BAMFcast has got me through hard times and kept me company during good times. I can't thank you enough. Thanks again, Adam.
Is it just collectively bad times around, or
Yeah.
do we attract it? I mean, I understand, like
A,
yes,
We attract it.
Sure.
B, life sucks.
yeah,
C, we are an excellent remedy for life sucking.
sure, agree.
I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
We try to stay positive. I mean,
We spent a lot of time being negative in our early episodes, but
yeah,
but we've gotten really good at trying to celebrate shit.
Yeah, and I think we had kind of shifted somewhat, but I do credit Chuck for that a little bit. I think Chuck
Yeah.
shifted our mood a lot.
Yeah.
Early on, too.
Plus, the life and the universe and the culture changes, and we've attempted to adapt with it. Not being
Yeah.
sellouty or whatever, but just being decent human beings. I mean, there's nothing wrong with adjusting the way you behave when society changes.
Yeah,
And
and also, in case you haven't heard, society kind of sucks lately.
Well, that
so
too.
I
I mean-
think that's why so many people are having some rough times. I
Sure.
mean, what was our post-election episode of No Quarters is still my favorite title ever, which is "Somber Day, Amigo."
I am so sad and proud of that title.
that is a fan. That just
It just kind of worked on
you
every
cannot
level
give
because
that a better title.
I mean, yeah, it just it worked on so many levels that it was great. Yeah,
We're idiots.
yeah,
or
but
brilliant. I don't. It's
Yeah, we're
that's
that too.
That's
Yes.
the best part.
God's
is none of us
perfect
know.
idiot.
All right. All right. Next up, we got one from David K,
Old DK.
who said, common title, "So long and thanks for all the jocks."
Nice. Oh, he must be from the UK too.
Yeah. Dear BMFcast,
Hello.
I'm rather behind on my podcast, so I just found out that you were announcing the end of your BMF Prime. While I hate to see you go, I understand the time commitment that a show like this requires. I was never able to support you on Patreon, but have pointed several people to your show, which hopefully helped in some way. And I'll just say, yes, it has. And we appreciate that. After listening for all these years, I'll miss all the catchphrases that were created on the show. From D-Tank to Shockma, from Chuck Fine to, I wonder if Chuck is fine. I haven't heard him on the show in a while, starting to wonder. Chuck's fine. The farm is wonderful. He enjoys it there. Harlow always added a nice touch of movie and theater styles and techniques. Mackie always had wonderful commentary and is probably my source of most of my favorite one-liners. Chuck always had unique perspectives on movies and had an animated personality that added to the experience. BJ's intros were always highly enjoyable, and hearing about his other adventures, like the 48-hour film challenge, were welcome treats. I wish all the best for everyone, and thank you for both providing entertainment and movie suggestions for the past 15 years. David K. So, I'm glad I provided some one-liners for you.
Right.
There's a latecomer to the announcement.
What?
In the chat?
Wait, what?
No, we were just
Corey.
commenting about like people not realizing.
Oh,
waiting till
no.
the end.
Yeah. Sorry, Corey.
Bad news, Corey. Wow.
Yeah.
Your timing is impeccable, Corey.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oof.
Yeah, we're
Big
wrapping
oof.
it up, buddy.
600
600 is it.
By the way, 599.5 plus intros have been a fucking hoot to do.
One of
It
my
has
favorite
been one of
things-
my fucking pleasures
Yeah.
to come up with and voice nearly every intro on the podcast.
And lately it's been like I don't contribute anything to the intros anymore. Like early on, we all kind of like workshopped them and
Right.
brainstormed because we weren't doing a live stream, so we had time to just kind of like figure out what the hell we wanted to say for the titles, or for that. But lately it's mostly been you doing them.
It's kind of been a struggle lately because it feels like I'm repeating something that I've already said, and I don't think I've ever repeated an intro, but it just or the little
And something.
one
no one
star.
can hear you something.
Yeah, right. Except for that.
Okay.
But for a long time, my goal was just make Chuck laugh.
Yeah,
Like try to think of something that would make Chuck laugh.
I was gonna say that is my favorite thing is like just watching Chuck while you're doing your intro.
Yep. One of my favorite things too is just.
And
I'm just sitting there like.
Usually I'm stone faced, but some of them I was like, God damn it!
Yeah.
And just yeah.
And putting the sauce on it.
Yeah.
To like, I don't think I've done many that have been really saucy lately, but Chuck, that really
Chuck
fucking
loved
got Chuck.
the sauce.
The sauce. So it's always super fun, just to.
And he usually bans my far too esoteric intros.
You
I
come
know.
up with some ones that are like.
I know there's several layers deep, and you have to go too far.
Yeah.
Right.
I know.
I'm trying to help the audience.
I know. I don't remember my Smashing Pumpkins one. I don't remember. What was the name of the movie? That's the problem.
Oh, it was like
Was
that
it
was like
Rage? It
3
wasn't. Could be
movies ago.
Rage because
No.
that was the other movie we were just talking about. But it had a name like that.
I don't know.
Caged? Is it Cage?
Yeah, it was.
I think it was just Cage. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Cage.
Oh,
yeah.
the cage.
Yeah, but it was the Lou Ferrigno one, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it was like every time a Ferrigno gets a bullet, a butterfly gets its wings. Yeah.
Yeah,
Which was
God.
like, despite all our rage, I'm still just
Right.
I know it was.
It works.
It was Miracle on 34th Street, or
This is
It's
what
a
I've been
Wonderful
dis-
Life, and
Yeah.
yeah.
This is what I've been distilling for you, the listener.
Yeah,
Is Harlow's madness.
I know it's
And-
somewhere in between there. Is
And
where
I
my
might not
head is.
always like. In fact, I think I rarely take your intros word for word, but it always goes into the soup that makes up the final intro
That's
in
what
some fashion.
It's the
I
broth.
am the marrow in this.
Yeah, it's still left in the pot, but it was part of it.
Perhaps your hemoglobin or some gelatin or something like that.
Gelatin.
He's my favorite Spider-Man villain.
Gelatin or
Hemoglobin.
I'm Stan Lee, creator of the BMFcast, Kyle says in the
Yep.
live stream chat. Another favorite of
Yeah.
one of my favorites.
Oh man, Stanley sucks.
He's dead.
Well, you can say that he sucks now because he's dead.
sucked
Yeah.
in life too. Took credit for everybody else's work. fucking showman. How about we do another voicemail?
Okay, go for it.
This one's from Ben from Chattanooga, which Chattanooga is in the 912 area code.
Is that also in Tennessee?
I hope so.
It is.
Hey, girl, are you from Chattanooga? Because you're the only 10 I see.
Yeah.
Does that ever work?
I'd like to
No.
choose you.
Hey guys.
Don't do this.
I'm sorry, I hit play right as I was
Don't
thinking-
disrespect Ben like that. Play Ben's voice.
I
more of my
will.
pickup
I'm sorry. God damn it. Track 29. Let's go.
Hey guys, this is Ben from Chattanooga, also known as Oob on Letterboxd. Probably doesn't mean anything to you guys except for Mackie. And Mackie, no matter where life takes us, we'll always have that angry Star Wars kid who really loved the prequels and fucking hated us. Sorry. I started listening to you guys like in 2010, so 14 years. Holy shit. Knowing you guys longer than I have known my children. Started listening to the podcast. I want to say maybe the Jack Frost was like the first episode, somewhere in there. Listening to you guys, I had to make a quick trip through rehab. Listening to you guys when I went back to college and finally got my degree, summa cum laude bitches. When I was trying to chill out when my wife was in labor, when I drive to work, when I'm in the gym. Well, probably starting to sound kind of stalkerish. But just thank you, man. Thank you guys. What you've done, it means something, it has value. There are so many podcasts out there that just take a movie and shit all over it. That's never been your guys' MO. You kind of started out that way, but you turned into like this podcast that you would take a B movie and try to find the good in it. And that's awesome. That's helped me find some of my favorite movies of all time. Unmasking the Idol, Super Fights. Those are great movies. Anyway, thank you. I just want to say thanks for 14 years of what you've done. Wish you nothing but the best. See ya.
Well, congrats
Thanks.
on getting through the rehab, the degree, the children, the wife.
Yeah, life changes, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'll say this: Oob is one of my favorite. But he might be my favorite Letterboxd reviewer out of anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys are good pals on the
every time he
Letterboxd.
writes something, like even when I'm like, no, you're fucking wrong. Like the way he writes his reviews, I'm like, okay, that's still pretty good though.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a good dude. So glad to know he's been listening to this and that he watched Unmasking the Idol thanks to us.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Duncan Jacks.
Have you guys ever actually even watched it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I know I did.
Yeah, because
way back when, but yeah.
yeah, when Order of the Black Eagle vanished, Unmasking the Idol was still there. And I was like, well, I'm fucking watching this before it goes away
Right.
too.
What service was that? Was that Amazon that got all the?
I think Amazon.
Those,
Amazon had all the
Paramount-
MGM.
Yeah, the MGM stuff. that's what it was.
leftovers,
Yeah,
which
not
that
Paramount.
was somehow in that deal, and yeah, it's a goddamn nightmare. But oh well. But yeah, thanks, man. And I appreciate that people have recognized, that we're not here to shit on something, but also if something sucks, we're not going to sugarcoat it. If the movie is not good, we're not going to be like, not going to get hipstery about it and be like, well, you really should check it out anyway. It's like, no, like Dangerous Men, I think about. There was a zeitgeist around Dangerous Men where people are like, oh my God, you got to check this out. This fucking thing is awesome. And it's like, no, it's not. Like, it is absolutely not. Like, I cannot recommend this to anybody. And hopefully that shined through too, that it's like, we always try to find the good, but it wasn't like we were overwhelmingly positive just for the sake of it. Like, if something sucked,
Yeah.
I feel like we never were like, well, they tried at least. We're like, no, we've seen plenty of movies where people try.
Yeah.
And they actually do something that's good.
And but we'll also say, like, in the same breath, like, this movie fucking sucks. But you can tell that they gave a shit about it. Sometimes it just happens, where the talent isn't there. And I think that's one of the things that we do well is give credit where it's due. and
I
take
honestly-
away credit where it is not due.
I like I don't know what is supposition of like what happened, like when you can see
yeah.
like where a movie breaks at a certain point or something, and it's like, well, what like what is the story? But sometimes you can find that on but a lot of these are so low budget things that there was no behind the scenes, nobody was ever interviewed about it, so there's no information. It's just like something clearly was broken on the set. We'll never get the backstory because of the level of this movie, but
Yeah.
oh well.
Yeah. All right. Next one up is from Ruben, who says, "I hope I'm not too late."
You're
not too late, Ruben. Hey guys, long-time listener, first-time writer, Patreon supporter, and so on. Bear with me. I'm about 12 episodes behind because, well, life. But when I saw the email that you were calling it quits, I knew that this was the last chance to thank you for all the hours of entertainment over the years. Over a decade ago, my girlfriend put you on my MP3 player while on our way to meet her parents.
Wow.
1 wedding, 4 cats, 3 moves, 2 kids later, I can say your podcast got me through the ups and downs of life, truly. Short story, I was so captivated by your podcast, I totally missed the tornado that came through the neighborhood and damaged my house. Hey, it was a long day at work. I popped on the podcast, started playing video games, and didn't know anything had happened until I got calls saying my house was on the news.
Wow.
Thanks for being there over all these fun podcasting years. Crash and Burn, Ben from North Carolina, sent from my AOL mail. P.S. I'm still way behind in the podcast and haven't heard the official announcement, so I'm sure you're quitting the movie podcast so you can spend time on your video game podcast, right?
Yes.
Right?
No.
Nope.
Second dunk.
Yeah. Got some bad news, Ruben.
We're bad newsy fiends. No Quarters is probably not coming back.
Yeah.
Until it does. Until it does.
Mm-hmm. Until there's one's it going to need for quarters.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Or lack thereof. I don't know what we're here for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like some of these messages are like, I mean, almost like having the opposite effect of I think they're supposed to have, because I'm like, man, what's changed for me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just like, some of this is like, wow, that's a lot of transition there.
you guys have done a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you made other people.
Right?
Yeah.
You and I have not made.
No.
Should we try together?
No, I don't think that'll work.
Okay.
I mean,
I don't know how making.
we can ask the guy from college if we should give it the college tribe.
Okay.
He'll just probably tell us to summa cum laude.
Summa cum laude.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Guys.
it's
Come
just
on.
remarkable hearing the journey that we've been on with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
The passage of time and all that.
Yeah. I figured I've had 6 different jobs since this started.
I've had 2 different jobs.
Yeah. Yeah. I bounced around. Got married.
You did.
Yeah.
I was there for that. We all bowed our hearts.
When we started, I was not even dating Jen.
That's correct.
It's weird.
She didn't even have a voice. It was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think what the last episode she actually hung out for was.
Oh God, it's been so long.
Yeah, it was pre-Chuck for sure, but it's been a long time.
Was it Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus?
I think so, because she drew that octopus holding a submarine
Yep.
that was on the whiteboard.
Stayed on the whiteboard for a very long time.
Yep.
Yeah.
It might still partially be on there.
I still
It's a
have
pretty
that
good drawing.
in my head. I can picture that.
I see
in
it
my
as
mind.
well. Because we used to write shit on the whiteboard.
And she used to write shit on the whiteboard.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that's how she would give her ratings and stuff.
Right.
That's right, yeah. Those were the days, man.
Mhm.
Anyway, next up, Josh S., who says, thanks. Just want to thank everyone for the years of entertainment. I started listening somewhere in the 200s and quickly caught up on all the old episodes. I've used many of your higher jock movies with my own B-movie group. Looking forward to hearing what your favorite movies/episodes were. Thanks, Josh. Sent from my iPhone. Gotta change that, Josh.
Sent from his iPhone.
What is an
that
iPhone?
Maybe
Is that
it's
a relevant mobile device?
Maybe it was like sent from an Android device and as a joke.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm going to believe.
We're going to give Josh the credit for
I'm
that.
going to believe that he sent it.
He's like, I fooled you.
Yeah.
Sent from my Galaxy, whatever
I'm
number
going
they're
to
on.
believe that he sent that from his Engage.
Gotcha.
His T-Mobile sidekick.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
AKA the lesser
Let's get another movie.
Engage.
Oh,
Okay.
Let's let BJ pull one.
Easy peasy. I Come in Peace.
Yeah.
Um,
Dark Angel.
AKA Dark Angel.
Yeah. I Come in Peace is a better
It's
title.
Well, because it gives you the one-liner at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean,
True.
and you'll go Light Angel. I
Yep.
mean,
Boo.
yeah.
Nope. Doesn't work.
What about Dark Devil? No. God, I don't know that I can say anything that we haven't said before, but
Yeah.
that was another one that I was like, oh, hey, I remember this movie. What was it? We should watch it. It's redonkulous. There was a man who threw CDs at you, and then an alien or somebody tried to stab weird blood drug stuff
Yep.
out of your neck or the back of your head. Also, it might have been at Christmas time. Let's watch it. And we found it, and holy fucking shit.
Yeah, it lived up to the hype.
Like,
I feel like that was the first one as well where we like, because originally we were like, well, we can't give anything 5 jocks because only robot jocks can be 5 jocks. And then we watched I Come in Peace and we're like, okay, we can give other things 5 jocks.
right.
Yeah, I honestly like when I was debating or like whittling down the list, and I took Arena off. It's because like Arena brings me kind of like joy all around. You know, like Stitches has been funny for however
Right.
many years it's been.
All you have to do is say that.
Yeah,
and laugh.
Stitches is funny. It's just that name.
Stitches is the goddamn alligator that
Wanted to
shadow
fuck
boxes
Steve, yeah,
people
yeah.
and wanted to fuck Steve.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, but like, there is no one moment like the alien running out of the car explosion.
I was gonna mention
Yes.
that.
Like, that
'Cause
is-
I watched that movie a couple years back.
That's
I think
pure
it was
joy.
during the pandemic.
It's pure joy.
Yeah, just him bursting through that and like
That's
yeah.
Matthias
and Brian
Weiss, right?
Binben or whatever his
yeah,
name
just
is.
going, oh
Yeah, he's just like, oh fuck yeah, and, oh shit, just that complete turnaround of like, we blew him up, oh fuck,
we didn't blow him up.
yeah. And he's running full speed at us. yeah,
Now we have his attention.
yeah.
Fuck.
I just like that moment is so glorious.
Yeah, it really is.
Probably Steve in the chat got our copy of I Come in Peace on Blu-ray. He says he forgets the context why. You either bought it on eBay or we sent it to you
Yeah.
because you sent in an email or something.
Yeah, or you
Perhaps.
just won some kind of contest.
Maybe.
Or we were just like, hey, we like Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have a copy of this awesome movie.
we're like Steve, like the bird, give this away.
Yeah, I can't remember who wanted us to sign. Like when somebody they either bought it or won it somehow. But somebody wanted us to like sign the DVD, whatever. I can't
Oh,
even
right,
remember what
yeah.
I remember
DVD
that,
it
yeah.
was.
That's a little weird. We're like, we didn't make this, you know.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we
That's
did
funny.
it.
Yeah,
It
we
was
did
just
it,
like
because,
I
you know.
remember because they were like, yeah, like we're not going to be dicks and be like, no, we're not going to sign it.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll sign anything. I
Out
don't
of,
care.
out of principle, I didn't make this movie, ergo I can't
Yeah.
sign it. I have
And
a
then
license.
he stole our identities.
Right. That's fine.
Yeah, it's just great.
I don't need my identity. It sucks anyway.
Yeah. Maybe they'll file your taxes for you.
I already filed my taxes this year.
Did you get any money?
I got $91.
Really?
Yeah. Thanks, unemployment.
Oh, that's right. Shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well. I still got to file mine. I'm fucked.
Oh, yeah, you are fucked.
Yeah, I'm genuinely fucked. Anyway,
Is that today?
yeah.
No,
No, it's
5
Monday,
days.
but
Oh.
I'm gonna need this podcast to get me through some tough times. I'm not making light of that, guys. Like, it, yeah. Anyway, maybe I was making light of it. I can do what I want.
Read the next email.
All right. Next up is Chris from New Jersey,
It's a long email.
who says, "Best wishes forever and always, BMFcast." Hello, gentlemen. I've been a bad Patreon supporter, but a good Patreon supporter by consistently contributing. After deciding to have a Monday beer on my balcony after a spring break washout, I'm a teacher, by the way, I saw your Patreon email with an episode 599 and a half, Mailbag Edition. Thinking that was odd, coupled with how far behind on your catalog I've gotten, I realized upon reading that I had never heard the big announcement that dropped. I can only say thank you for the years that you've been entertaining me by watching bad movies and giving your hot takes. I think there was even a time around when Netflix was even doing discs in the mail and streaming, which just started, where I was trying to watch what you watched and then listen to your commentary. Good luck with some of those we found.
Oh, right.
you weren't finding those anywhere. Looking back, I see what's happened in my own life since that son of a bitch dinosaur Theodore Rex. You're the reason I purchased the Andy Sedaris Guns, Girls, and G-Strings box set.
Hell yes.
I brought that to my buddies one night when he was in grad school. We watched Hard Ticket to Hawaii, and at a point, he just kept asking, "Is this a softcore porno?" Then at one point, he was pointing his projector out the window onto the courtyard below. This sounds awesome, but it didn't really show that well. Just a bunch of laughs from us because we were being jackasses. I like the idea of just sharing that with the world by putting up projector.
By
in your
force.
We
window.
used to do that at my back in college. A friend of mine actually had a really nice projector from a theater, sort of like Mr.
Yeah,
T-Stroke.
yeah,
But and he would show like so. We used to go to like weird parties, and this will loop back around to being BMFcast related in just a moment. But like one of the first parties I ever went to his house, he was doing that, but he lived in an apartment complex with like a one side of the apartment, like all the windows were on two sides of it, so either ends had no windows, were just big flat plaster walls, and so he would use it as a projector because it was right up front outside his window, and I went over there and they were playing that Vampiros Lesbos because I mean like no one in the neighborhood would give a shit as far as what was on. It was all college kids and shit. But like
Old clown though.
That's I'm saying like that's where that kind of came in because like he was playing the soundtrack because we didn't hear the movie. He was just playing the soundtrack on vinyl or whatever, and we were watching had the movie on outside but on silent. But
gotcha. Yeah.
So like I said, when we watched the movie, I really didn't know what the hell it was about. I just remember like
right.
people dancing around and shit.
Shame that movie sucks.
It does.
Yep.
Just like Deathbed.
The bed that eats?
Yeah.
Yep. So anyway, back to Chris's email. From Stargrove to Duncan Hunter and Gary Busey and Eye of the Tiger, I've made so many friends and even my family watch these movies with me to revel in their bold stylistic and artistic choices. From animations and my personal favorite, the 1990 theme year. You clever bastards. I never saw it coming until you revealed it in an episode that someone cracked the code. I'm still kind of angry that it was a rando that we've never heard from since. But
I'm still kind of angry that you guys didn't fucking clue me in on it.
I didn't tell you. I love that nobody knows. Anyway, I've been listening as a fan for over 12 years, which is absolutely crazy. I've gone from being a substitute teacher living with my parents to a late 30s millennial in my 9th year of education as a career. I'm incredibly proud of what I've accomplished, and I want to thank you for all being along for the ride while I was doing it. You were always a constant and something to look forward to in my car rides to wherever. 600 episodes is a whole lot, and you did it. Thank you 100 times over, BAMFcast. All the best. Chris from New Jersey. P.S. My memory is not as good as it once was, but I still remember one of my favorite stories. When one of you kept making Shiny Lights T-Straw watch movies with male frontal nudity. Near almost the end of one movie, the male nudity happened, and one of you yelled out, "Yeah, donger!" I think this was Harlow, but I can't recall.
It was Boogie Nights. Literally the last shot of the movie.
Wait, you made T-Straw watch Boogie Nights?
I hit him with Boogie Nights 2.5 hours for a dick joke. I mean, not that it's not a good movie, but...
that really encapsulates you entirely. Like,
oh, my God.
One of the best movies of the 90s, and you made him watch it in order to catch the dong at the 2.5 hour mark.
Sometimes it's happened completely by accident. That's the funniest times. And when he looks at me like, you knew it, I'm like, I've never seen this movie. I didn't know there was male frontal nudity in it. But yeah, that one was like, that was planned because like it had been established that like, why do you keep making me watch movies that have dongers in it? And I was like, I don't know, like just watch this one about porn.
Okay, so Goldfish Brain. I already forgot the previous emailer's name. Was it Chris?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're incredibly proud of you too. By the way.
Also, do we have like, are we on like a teachers union email or something?
I don't know. Yeah, so many educators.
Yeah,
right?
we got a lot. Like, and we've had others. Like, there've been other teachers. Yeah.
Well, hopefully they're teaching the kids some media literacy.
Yeah.
That's all I ask. Because it's frustrating.
These children well.
Yeah. All right. Next one up. Where is it? Sorry.
Do you want to audible to another movie while you look? Or
No, I found it.
Okay.
Next one is from Crazy Razzie.
Crazy Razzie.
Our favorite. Yeah, he is an Aussie.
Is he? I
yes.
think he is.
Yeah, because he's only on Discord at weird hours. Because
that's right. Yeah. Crazy Razzie.
And all of his text is upside down.
Yes.
And his toilet flushes backwards. So he said,
the Coriolis.
Yeah. So he said, "Hello, BAMFcast. Congrats on 600 episodes and the incredible run you've had with the show. It's been amazing being part of the community, and I have so many discussions on the Discord. I do apologize for my many posts about war movies, or the times I seem to get quite overly energized, particularly about the 2014 Godzilla. I'm sad that the show is ending, or at least the show as we know it, but I still hope somehow content will continue and the community that has been built will survive. BAMFcast team, I award you 5 jocks. Your pal, Crazy Razzie." And yeah, I mean, the Discord, we're not shutting down the Discord. None of that's happening.
Yeah, we live in a society. It's not going anywhere. Right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and Chuck's got your back on 2014 Godzilla.
Chuck's got your back on all Godzilla, I think.
Probably.
Just
yeah.
on
What?
being a fan of Godzilla in general.
I missed that part. Was he?
He just said he
He goes hard on 2014 Godzilla.
Oh yeah, I like that movie. I don't love it, but I like that movie. I've learned to appreciate it more in subsequent viewings. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
Even though I hate the creator, and I will say that to
Yeah.
anyone that even Gareth Edwards or Evans or whatever his name was.
Edwards.
Yeah, it's confusing because there's two Gareths.
Yeah.
And yeah,
There's more than 2 Gareths.
Well,
in the
I'm sure
world.
there are, but yeah, that movie sucks. Sorry.
We did not have any Gareths right into us.
Okay, good.
We got a voicemail
Cool. Let's listen to it.
from Steve like the bird.
Steve like the bird.
Came in on 326.
Gentlemen,
Steve.
Garfield. Steve like the bird here, ready to squawk and such. Long-time listener, used to be long-time contactor. My apologies. It's funny how a college education and a global pandemic can radically change your life. Just wanted to get something in under the wire here before you all take your final bow. And thank you all for the amazing show. And I did the math recently. I started listening to the show in 2012, which means it has taken up a little less than half of my lifetime, which is a borderline insane metric that I'm sure none of us enjoy. Yeah, I want to thank you all for making a great show, for years worth of laughs, for building a really solid community, which is a borderline impossible thing to do on the internet. And that, I want to thank you guys. I want to thank everyone out there in BAMFcast listener land. They're probably listening to this right now. You all know who you are. Thank you all for absolutely not dunking on a dorky kid from Jersey and taking me in with open arms. You all are the best. I'm really going to miss the show. The life is made of meetings and partings. That's the way of it. And I know it's so long. It's not goodbye. And y'all are going to go on to do things that make you happy. Yeah, the down spiral in a way that I wasn't expecting, but I appreciate you all a lot, and I thank you for everything you did, and keep on keeping on, sent via the bottom of my heart. All right, later, dorks.
You're right in the cockles.
That one got me. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve.
And he's quoting Kermit in Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Muppet Christmas Carol. It's a good one.
Who did not die? Best fucking line of movie ever.
That is
You're right.
I will go to my grave going, that is one of the best line reads ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Tiny Tim. Yeah.
Yep. Tiny Tim, who did not die.
We have had the pleasure of watching Steve grow up.
Yeah.
And not in a fucking weird way, but like Steve came to us a young man and is now like gone through college. He's had several grandchildren.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, we've watched. It's like watching.
Yeah, he
one
went
of
away.
those.
He went away to war. He wrote to his widow.
Right,
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's been pretty epic.
It's interesting. He came over from, I believe, God, what was the name of the show now? Fuck, my brain just lost it. But I think it was Yeah, It's That Bad was the name of it.
Something like that.
And interestingly enough, like the way they had to go out kind of factored in my decision to say we need to announce early, because they had a whole thing where they didn't want people to know who they were.
Right.
And then somebody found out who they were and basically doxed them.
Yeah, that was back
And,
before
like,
doxing was even a word.
Yeah, and they were going to lose it. Like one of them was going to lose his job, and so they were like, "Yeah, we're done." And didn't even get to do like a goodbye episode. They just like
Right.
vanished.
They didn't get to take a victory lap.
Yeah, and had to delete their archives, which is probably a big part of why everyone's like, "I'm downloading everything before it goes," and it's
Yep.
like, so yeah, it's weird. It's weird to
Right.
know that we've been here. Like to think about when we first heard from Steve, he was in his teens,
Yeah. Yeah.
and now
Like I said, young man.
he's a full-grown man.
He's a full-grown man, and like
He's getting close to
We've-
the age we were when we started doing.
I
this.
know we have a lot of listeners that have been like with us a long time, but like I said, we watched Steve grow up. It's
Yeah.
so strange, and like following each other on Twitter, see that your graduating high school, going to college, all this. That stuff is incredible, and I'm so happy to have been able to share that journey with you, Steve, and with you know so many other people.
Yeah, and we appreciate you sticking around.
Yeah,
like that. That's a lot of life to still be listening to a podcast.
And Steve has always been that's one of the things that we really liked about him. Still really like about him. Steve's always been a good kid, you know, like respectful, has considered opinions, fucking smart person.
Yeah.
Not some shitty ass little internet troll kid just trying to get his jollies off by sending a mean email to a random podcast or whatever.
Yeah.
Gives me hope for the rest of the
yeah,
children.
better
out
than
there.
leaving a fucking negative iTunes review like a goddamn coward.
Right. Instead of saying it to my face.
The realm of the coward, because there's no recourse, there's no tracking that person down, there's no like responding to it. It's just
Well, we say respect to your family, Steve. Those that raised you, because they did it right.
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Respect to the grandpas.
So let's do another movie, huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
How about Order of the Black Eagle?
Yeah.
If,
That is the movie I want the most. Honestly, like
like a Blu-ray.
You know, I'm against. I don't like physical media, but I want a copy of Order of the Black Eagle because
it disappeared on us.
it vanished from existence.
Yeah, we have the Disney Vault syndrome. We're afraid it's just going to go away at any point in time.
Yeah.
So give us that clamshell VHS copy.
Right.
Yeah.
Doesn't fit
White
on any
plastic
shelf.
clamshell, yeah.
Did we watch it on streaming the first time, or did we have a
think
rip
so.
somewhere? I can't remember, because I mean that was back in
Yeah.
whatever that is, 2010, where it was kind of like streaming doesn't have a ton of stuff.
Right. I believe that was one of the ones I think I happened upon a VHS copy, but then we just found a rip for convenience
looks
sake.
better.
Yeah. Because it's one of those things that like it would occasionally, because there was a precursor to there was that MGM channel, and it would occasionally show up on there in HD.
That's
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
because
right.
we'd like
Yeah.
tweet about it whenever
Yeah.
it would show up
Yeah.
on that channel.
I think I had it on my old TiVo.
Right, and I think that's what it was. Is like we started to watch our VHS copy, and then I found that someone had ripped that, so because we didn't have access to that was like a weird satellite only channel, I think, at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that movie rules. Like we got so excited talking about everything in that movie, we didn't even talk about Hitler's face exploding.
Yeah. Hitler's face explodes. Holy
Yeah.
shit. Also, if you don't know about Order of the Black Eagle, like neo-Nazis are trying to bring Cryo Hitler back in whatever year it was. Like
I mean, it's actually
1985.
Hitler. He's just been cryogenically frozen.
Right, that's Cryo Hitler. Yeah.
Crittler.
The old Crittler. A guy gets whomped with a sandbag.
Don't
Is that-
don't say that too loud, because someone is now registering that as their screen name on whatever the latest FPS is.
No. No.
Which one, Cryo Hitler or Crittler?
Crittler.
I'm sure there's already
Yeah,
a Crittler
I mean,
out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some guy out in Texas who has named his daughter Crittler.
God damn it.
Crittler
No, but-
Jessalyn.
But yeah, but like just a knockoff James Bond named Duncan Jacks, like it's like that movie to me, like both that and on Unmasking the Idol, feel like if we got to make a movie and we had just enough money to make a movie, it would be a lot like that.
Yeah.
I really feel like we'd be like, here's the dumb shit we're gonna do.
Yeah.
How about if we give him a goddamn baboon as a sidekick?
Yes.
And be like, hey, I know a guy with a baboon. And, like, bring him in. Just
Are-
make sure
are
it
we
doesn't
kind of
rip
afraid he might
anybody's
rip our
off.
faces off?
Yeah, just keep him sedated enough not to rip off a face or two. All right.
I mean, it's
We
kind of their MO.
No disfigurement on the set. That's all I ask.
Red asses and face ripping. That's kind of what they do.
Just tell him to stay away from my balls. That's all I care. He can take my face, but he can't take my balls.
That's the bottom
But
part. They
anyway.
go after the balls.
But yeah, like, and that is that you know, that and Hard Ticket to Hawaii are the two that I'd be like, you need to watch this. This is what we do. But you just can't find Order of the Black Eagle anywhere, and that is a huge, huge, huge disappointment to me.
Yeah.
Still,
It's out there somewhere.
and it's been years since it went away,
Yeah.
and it just has not come back. And that's one that's really right for somebody found a print, you know, at the
Oh,
Alamo
God,
Draft
yeah.
House or whatever, and they're going to redo it. And like, yeah, sign me up. I will help. Like, whatever you need, I will help you do it. Also, commentary track. Call me.
Call
Call us. Yeah.
9105 Jocks BMF 910-556-9263.
Yeah, we better renew that. So
Let's get another something.
Yeah. We'll do an email.
Cool.
This one is from Jim,
Hi, Jim.
who says, I will miss bad movie Fiends. Damn. I know these things can't last forever, but after at least 8 years of listening, maybe more, one of my favorite podcasts is going away. I panicked, wondering if I would still be able to download the shows in the future if I needed to grab them ASAP so as not to lose access. I tried to rationalize the loss. Maybe I can find another podcast that appreciated these movies. It was so damn fun and informative. Eventually, I came to accept that after giving me so much entertainment, insight, and needed company on my long daily commutes, I really couldn't ask any more of you. Barbecue gut. I don't know if the listeners heard that, but we had barbecue and our guts are bubbling.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for so many years of movies. Your podcast brought me back to my psychotronic days when my friends and I would track down rare cult movies from all genres and watch them together. Every episode was like getting together with old friends. I valued your commentary and insights, laughed out loud, tracked down a lot of movies so I could watch them at your recommendation. Noted exception. I still haven't seen Robot Jocks, which is freaking amazing because I love Stuart Gordon's work. Anyways, I love you guys. Wish you well. Hope you'll continue to be active in one form or another. Please let us know if you have other podcasts planned. I like dragging my ass over to Patreon to send you money. It made me laugh out loud, nearly drove off the road. Congratulations. Thanks for letting me hang out with you all these years. Jim. I think there's no better time to celebrate us than by watching Robot Jocks.
Yeah.
Dude,
I think right after episode 600, if you haven't done it. Well, you know what? Do it before then.
Yeah, just like as soon as you hear this, just hit stop, go watch Robot Jocks, then come back.
Right.
Yeah, that's fine. Unless you're on the live stream, in which case keep
Or
watching.
you're driving.
Treat yourself,
keep
Jim.
doing that.
Life's too short to not watch Robot Jocks.
True.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right. We actually got another one from Birdie, which came in today.
Sweet.
602 area code.
My friend Birdie.
Yeah. So
I've known
Steve
Birdie
like the bird and Birdie.
And Birdie, yeah. I've known Birdie for a long time.
Okay.
I believe he mentions it.
I do love that Steve like the bird was just a complete accidental joke, because he said Steve Heron like the bird, and then I just cut out the heron eventually and was just like Steve like the bird.
Right.
So
It works.
Oh,
anyway,
is this
this is different. This is Birdie.
okay?
602 area code.
Oh, it's you said email. I was.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh my God. Bob Connolly says Order of the Black Eagle is currently on YouTube. So go find it.
For now.
For now, yeah. That's why I said currently.
Hopefully I can. Maybe I'll do that download rip thing.
Hey, BMFcast, it's Birdie, like the squawk and stuff. The last words. I remember the day I ran into BJ at 5 Points at Wall Street, and he gave me a business card for y'all's podcast, and I've been a fan since. I remember back then I've known BJ as a guitarist, and I was a tambourine slayer, and I drew comics and such, and over the years, it's been great listening to you guys go on and do great podcast after podcast, and 30 years later, you guys are finally putting it into it. So it's really sad. I really wanted to say more, but you guys have been a big part of my life this past decade, and a real positive thing in my life when times were rough. I'm really going to miss you guys. I hope you know that this isn't goodbye, but it's a smell you later, crash and burn. I owe you guys some haiku when I'm feeling up to it. But thank you for everything you guys have done. The hours and hours and hours of content. I've been a proud patron for most of this time, and still proud of my BMFcast shirt. I still tell people, my friends, I call you guys my friends, even though I'm sure you guys would rather not be associated with me. But thank you for everything as a friend. I'll miss you guys. Love ya. Crash and burn. Birdie out. Sent from my speak and spell or something as funny. You can work on this in post.
Birdie is so fucking funny. Birdie, you are and always will be my friend.
Yeah.
Of all the birds I've ever known, he was the most human.
He's one of them.
I was continuing. I was continuing your quote. I was with you with the Star Trek 2 thing.
I'll be honest. Like, you know, I consider all you guys my friends. Not just in this room, but like people, the listeners, and you know the people that write in and all this stuff. I think about that because, like, Twitter imploding. That was the thing that sucked the most. Was there a lot of people, you know, like Birdie and you know, Steve as well, and Late Elf, and there's a lot of people that came over to the Discord, but a lot of people that didn't.
Right.
That I miss following and seeing what they were saying, and you know, just keeping up with them. And some of them I found on Facebook. Like I went to the point of being like, you know, somehow it recommended me. I don't understand how much Facebook seeps into everything I have.
Right.
But like, it's like, oh, there's Troy. I'm going to add Troy. You know, like, so there's people I've added that have just been from the show. Never met them in person, but I don't care. Like, I like you guys. I like to keep up with what you people are doing. You know, and so don't ever think that we don't want to be associated with you.
Right.
I mean, we're dudes that spent a night every week for years watching crappy movies
for you
and just having
with
fun
you.
riffing on them, you know? So
yeah, it's for you and with you.
Yeah.
And
so don't think we're pretentious enough to big time anybody.
No,
That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
I small time people all the time. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. We haven't earned, like, people who big time other people haven't earned the right. Like,
never.
And that's regardless of whether they're big time or not. Like, if you go around fucking big timing people, you suck. But we don't feel like we've ever earned the right to big time anybody. I don't think we ever would feel like
we've always just been happy anybody shows up.
Yeah,
like when we went to watch like Furious 6, I think it was.
Yeah, and we had
like
10
Tom
people
drove up from Orlando to come hang out with us. You know, like
and the times we've met people at the various cons that we've gone to, like was it Blair that we used to run into in Orlando?
Yeah,
I think it was Blair. And then, you know, like Jens, and Dr. J-Mac.
You ended up doing a fucking podcast.
Yeah,
with Jens.
still working on that.
Also, Jens, you didn't write in, so you're dead to me. Sorry.
Enough. Maybe it'll make it.
I'm just kidding. He's on the Discord so much he doesn't need to write us and say anything.
But like, and then Birdie, I've known Birdie for at this point like 20 something years. Wow. And I used to be in a band, and Birdie, whenever Birdie could make it to one of our shows, he would jump up on stage and tambourine with us.
Nice.
For us, you know, he was our full-time but occasional tambourinist.
Mm-hmm.
And Birdie is a fucking wild man on the tambourine, and I love it.
I would like to be a tambouriner. I don't know if that's a name, but I think that's what I would rather be called. I think it's like Trekker versus Trek.
Right.
I just want to be a tambouriner, like one who tambourines.
You're just tambouring right now, so
okay.
I kid. I love you. But yeah, it's crazy how the world works, and I'm so glad to like have turned listeners into friends and friends into listeners at, both strokes of that pen, or whatever.
And we live in a time too, like, you don't have to have met someone in person to consider them your friend.
Absolutely
ever.
not. No,
we
fucking got rid of
those
that weird
days
thing
are
years
dead.
ago.
Yeah. So you got any more movies on your list? Or do I want to give one here?
I think it's probably your turn. I think I only have one left that hasn't been said. Even though it's been said.
Actually, I do too. Mine, the remaining one that hasn't been shared with you guys, is my favorite blaxploitation movie of all time, Truck Turner.
Truck motherfucking Turner.
Oh my God! You could just have the pimp funeral, and that would have been like, all right, this is the best movie I've ever seen. But like, just Nichelle Nichols going for it, fucking yelling at her prostitutes.
That's right. That's
Yaphet Kotto spitting on Gator's grave. Like, oh God, there's so much.
A character named Gator.
Yeah, and just like Isaac Hayes, just
his shit ass apartment.
Yeah,
God.
just
Oh, he
like
just
putting
lives in
on
this
a shirt with cat piss on it,
Yeah.
and like that's
Oh my
what he's
God.
wearing. But like, it's so good. Like to me, it's like, and it was one of those things where I never like. That was the second blaxploitation movie we watched after Slaughter that month, and it was very much like that was the one where I was like, oh, this is everything Tarantino's been ripping off. Because I just flat out had never watched any blaxploitation movies, but like you knew immediately, like, okay, this is what this guy watched, and this is what this guy wanted to make, are these movies,
Right.
and yeah,
That and,
and Truck Turner
early Hong
is
Kong
my
cinema.
favorite of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
I said earlier, I love Sugar Hill, I love Slaughter, but Truck Turner to me is that's the one.
It's fair enough.
I can't add anything to that. Like, it's fucking amazing.
Yeah. It's like if you want to get someone into blaxploitation movies, I feel like that's the one you show them. And that means either they're going to get it or they're not,
Yeah.
you know?
I think you could toss it up between a few, but like
Yeah. And I mean,
Truck Turner's going to be a fucking winner for sure.
yeah, and I mean there's some that are like genuinely like Trouble Man,
Yeah, Trouble Man.
you know,
First
like
Shaft.
Cotton Comes to Harlem. Those are just
Those
like
are
those are
good
straight up. I wouldn't even I wouldn't even say they're bad movies. I'd say those are good movies.
Yeah.
Right.
You know? They're
Cotton
just
Comes to
low
Harlem
budget
is fucking
movies.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of those are like those are three like actual solid good stories, good movies. Everything about them is good. It just it just happens to feature an all black cast at the time when
Yeah.
it was done to get people in the theater. So therefore, it falls into that genre.
Yeah. But like it's great. It's just I can't say anymore. I love it. If I'm ever in the mood for a blaxploitation movie, that's at the top of my list.
Yeah.
Always.
Although I do have a copy of Cotton Comes to Harlem. That's the only one that I have in my in my Blu-ray collection. But
I'm pretty sure I have a copy of Slaughter. I can't remember for sure though. Because my collection has moved so many times.
yeah, and movie collections are weird these days,
Yeah.
right? Physical media is
yeah.
strange.
I mean, I know for sure I have Robot Jocks, I have I Come in Peace, and I have Detention. Like those are the three that like have a hallowed place.
Right.
in
I
my-
meant just like blaxploitation movies. That's
The
the only
yeah, as far as like
blaxploitation
Blu-rays and all
movie.
that. Yeah, who knows?
That's the only one of those that I have on physical media.
Yeah.
Well, since we're right there, do we just want to go ahead and mention Slaughter? Because that's the last one on my list that hasn't
Yeah.
been mentioned. I mean,
Yeah.
it was the introduction. Maybe not the best place to start, only in terms of that it set us up to only go downhill, perhaps, somewhat go downhill in a way. I mean,
In a way, yeah.
I mean, just in terms of, like, I think spectacle. I don't think any others had that kind of, like, stuntery happening that, like,
Yeah.
Slaughter has. I mean, there's, like,
Yeah.
some badass stunting, and that guy...
Slaughter is the one where he comes out of the car, right?
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
that guy getting hucked into like that wave pool fountain, like
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was that weird, super violent fountain. Yeah.
Yeah, but man, him just fishtailing that car into the shot and then literally like stepping out before it's even stopped with a shotgun.
Firing the shotgun
Yeah.
as he's getting out. Yeah.
That's when I was like, man, I would never fuck with Jim Brown ever. And yeah, Jim Brown's the best. I mean, he may be a shitbird, but
Right,
like
yeah.
Jim Brown in those movies is the best because he's just like this force of nature.
There's so much to him, and like him pissed off is a thing. Like the two people that we've mentioned lately that are just the fucking best at being pissed off, Yaphet Kotto and Jim Brown.
Yeah.
Them pissed off, like, run. You motherfucking run.
Yeah, I was telling one of Jen's coworkers who found out about the podcast. I was like, "Yeah, well, we watched Sugar Hill," and I was explaining like blaxploitation, why we love it, and I was like, "Here's the deal: like, there's a white dude in this movie, and he's gonna call someone the N-word, and you're gonna be like, fuck that guy." And then that guy is going to get his ass beat unmercifully by Jim Brown at some point. And you know what? It's as satisfying as you think it's going to be.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And that was basically, that's like, if I could sum up the ethos of what we want out of a blaxploitation is Whitey says a slur, Whitey gets the shit kicked out of him. Black dude walks off with hot chick,
Yes.
Though Chuck Turner really doesn't. That's the only one. That's why it's kind of unique in that way.
Yeah.
In that he really doesn't.
They don't always end up in the happiest of endings.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Especially Hammer, any of his movies.
Oh, jeez.
He had this weird thing for like, no, there can't be a happy ending here.
Right.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
But yeah, Slaughter rules.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, that was the last one on my list, period. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
same
that was
here.
the last
Okay.
on mine too.
yeah.
So we got to run here. I kind of saved up some of the longest term people
Okay.
for last here. So
So
and
this
there's
is-
a lot of voicemails at the end.
This is where I'm going to openly sob on air.
You might.
Okay.
I-
I'm going
I-
to steal myself.
I think the last one. Yeah. Anyway,
Should I go pee first so I can have all the liquids in the right place?
it's up to you, man.
All right.
All right. So this one's from Late Elf. I hesitate to say like our biggest fan, but man, on Twitter he was the guy who like if we had one like, it was him.
right.
You know, and
If we have 100 likes,
and
Late Elf is one of them.
But it sounds dismissive, but like, be that guy. Like honestly, if you genuinely
For the
love
shit that
something,
you like, yeah.
be that person because that person rules, and people like us genuinely appreciate it. So his email says, "Hit F, but mean it." little Call of Duty joke there. Gentlemen, it has been a privilege, an honor, and an education listening to your shows over the years. Your energy has been fun. Your quips clever or stupid but funny, and your willingness to delve into the pits of time to find something worth watching for all the rest of us, or confirming that, oh God, no, please don't watch that. Hat tip to Chuck for 30 days and hours of extra content that is still stuck in my head 6 years later. 6 years? The fuck? Anyway, I genuinely mean the education part. Your interest in showing your listeners where there's actual value in old, bad movies prompted me to consider media with a bit more effort and stop being so lazy. I still love MST3K, but your show taught me to actually pay attention to how the movie was made, even if it was bad. After all, someone put effort into this schlock, and maybe it's still bad, but maybe they did something right. Even Manos has its good points. Maybe? Maybe. Well, I guess the class is over. I'll miss the show, though it'll live on in my playlist, and you can count on my support for whatever else you want to do. Crash and burn, gentlemen. Late Elf. P.S. Instead of a 21 gun salute, how about a box of DVZs and VHSs drop down some stairs? Sounds appropriate. We got a big box over there. I'll tell you that.
Me too.
Yeah. I think I want a 2400 baud modem salute. A bumpy dumber.
Dumby Dumber D. Instead of taps, it's Dumby Dumber D.
Oh,
yeah.
I guess that'd be 1200. Yeah. How many guns is it?
21.
21. Yeah. I guess there was.
It actually depends, but 21 is the big one. Yeah.
Fine. All right. I was just there's not a modem interval that lines up with that. Sorry.
No.
No, there really isn't. But, dude, thanks, Late Elf. You're a great guy on the Discord. Always enjoy talking to you.
Always there for us. We appreciate
Yeah,
you. And we are glad to have schooled your ass on bad movies for more than a decade.
Yeah.
If there are 100 likes on our post, Late Elf is one of them. If there's 1 like on our post, it is Late Elf.
Yeah.
If there are 0 likes on our post, it is because Late Elf has died.
Oh.
Or however that meme goes.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
That's close enough. You
Yeah.
get my
You are close enough. Is he actually peeing? So he's.
I think he is actually
He
peeing.
does, so he's properly dehydrated.
Right.
I'll hold off because I want him to hear this one.
Sure.
Because this one's actually from someone who's never written us before. Yep.
That's cool. Is it somebody I know?
I don't think so.
Okay. Is it from Tim?
No.
Aaron?
No.
Kaylee?
No.
Sasha? Oh, it's Sasha. I bet it's Sasha.
Boy or girl?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Boston. Boston's like, these fuckers.
Yeah.
They sent me a 6-hour file, and
Right.
it's just this dumb shit.
I might end up editing this one. Just
Really?
Because it's a little fucky. But
It's up to you. But yeah, Buccaneer Bruce, Chuck Turner, favorite episode. It's a good episode. I do, and like Chuck's here in the chat, obviously. I appreciate him putting together those videos.
hell yes.
Those clips, because I think that brought so many people in that we wouldn't have had otherwise.
Oh, bringing Chuck in was an accidental fucking masterstroke for the podcast in general.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember how we like. I think he tried to get that whole Gamers with Casts thing together, if I remember right.
Yep.
And it was like, you know, it had no quarters, and TVGP, who, you know, Boston edits our show now.
Right.
Like, you know, Moon. I would not have met Moon if not for that. You know, it's like, it's weird to think about how all those things connect. You know,
yeah.
and like one little link in the chain means you suddenly, like, this part of your life doesn't exist. You know,
For
and
sure.
I feel like Chuck doing that brought those groups together, as well as, like, you know,
His water cooler audience.
me talking him into coming to Fast Five with us.
Yes.
Yeah, and meeting him at Subway and him being like, looking like he did not want to talk to any of us,
I don't blame him.
and he being like, "You're Chuck, dude," and yeah. So, yeah, those
Fast Five did a lot of things for a lot of people.
yeah, but yeah, it's just crazy thinking about how many links happened because of that, because he was trying to put together a little podcast network that
Yeah.
fell apart, you know. But anyway, next email is from Michael, who says,
Hello, Michael.
words and stuff. And he said, originally I wanted to do a voicemail, but trying to figure out what to say, it turned into a script, i.e. an email now, because I don't feel comfortable just reading a script. I know the feeling, Michael. Hey there, voices in my head. Usually I don't answer to the voices in my head, but you kept insisting that I talk to you before it's too late. I did. I emailed too much, but it's fine. I didn't want people to miss it. I'm sorry. So, bare facts here. I've been listening long enough to forget when exactly I started listening. My best guess is close to 10-ish years, but don't pressure me on a year here or there. Also, when it comes to stuff like this, I'm a lurker, in that I am not active on Discord, I am not in the live streams, I don't comment otherwise, and I'm not on social media talking about or to you. I've been subscribed to your Patreon for a while, though, to support you in that way, a little bit at least. But other than that, I just download your podcast episodes and listen to them. Putting it like that surely doesn't sound like much, but I'll try to convey somewhat concisely that these years with you mean a lot to me. I've not only listened to every single episode, backtracking those that I had missed when I started listening, but I've listened to all of them at least twice, and most 3 or 4 times. Hell, my favorite episodes are probably all in double digits. You may think, why, you madman? Now, so let me elaborate. You guys, for me, have been a means to make dull things that take up my time fun, to make bothersome or painful times chill, and to give me company when I needed it, but nobody else could give it to me at that moment. This includes the trivial things like brushing teeth, doing dishes, walking to work, shopping, driving, etc., but also less trivial things. Sometimes I lie awake at night, not able to sleep because random thoughts occupy my brain and will not let me doze off, so I will just listen to an episode and, going along with the flow, I'll eventually drift off. Similarly, when I'm sick like a dog, just flowing from half awake to half asleep, not able to do anything active, it also helps to listen to some of my favorite episodes. They elevate my mood, and I can jump in and out as my out-of-its-mind brain pleases. When my ex-wife left me a few years back and I was just in a really bad place basically all the time, real-world friends could only support me occasionally, but you would anytime because I could download your voices into my ears whenever I needed a distraction. So when one of my best friends was battling leukemia, his wife being busy with him, and I babysitted their infant, trying to get that kid to sleep when he clearly knew I was not his parent, man, one ear with the baby that I was trying to soothe and the other ear listening to you guys, keeping me patient. It's incredible, really. All this and more you help me with by talking about stupid and sometimes not so stupid movies. So with the podcast sadly coming to an end, I really hope you don't feel like, why did we bother for all these years? And just in case that you do, I hope I helped ease this concern. Because to me at least, and probably many others, you've not only done a podcast, but a social experience that helped beyond mere entertainment. When I was younger, my best friends and I held a weekly movie night, often enough with good bad movies. But as life went on, we ended up in different cities, and in one case, even in another country. So that tradition kind of broke off. In a way, you took up the slack, and while you guys have no freaking idea who I am, here I am, feeling like, once again, a beloved tradition with friends ends. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, and all the best going forward. Michael. Yeah. Yeah.
Is there a problem with gravity in the future?
Well, dude, I mean, thank you.
Yeah.
You know, it's just that, and you know, like you said, Harlow, there's so many people out there that you just never know. And I appreciate you taking the time to write us and say that.
Yeah.
You know,
Very much.
regardless of how many times I hounded you to do it through the Patreon.
Right.
But I mean, I genuinely I think about stuff like Idle Thumbs and how I just never wrote them anything, and then they were gone, and like most of them weren't even on Twitter anymore. They just like dropped off the face of the earth, you know. And I regret not writing them and saying, something I wanted to say. So so that's kind of why I was hassling people. It wasn't like we need a bunch of emails for the show, like we've already been here way too long, but I wanted people to like him to be able to say, you know what, this is my chance to just be like, hey,
if you have something to say, and it's nice for us to hear it too,
we're very flippant about a lot of stuff, but I really appreciate people that listen to us.
Absolutely. And I think hearing a lot of this, like, there are two messages that I feel stand out. One is tell the people that mean something to you what they mean to you, if they mean something to you.
I think that goes beyond podcasts. That goes
sure.
just in life.
That's why I said it like I did. Like, tell the people that mean something to you that they mean something to you. And two, if you are passionate about something, fucking do it and keep on doing it, because there are people out there that, I'm not going to say depend on you, but there are people out there who, you're making other people's lives better by putting your passion out there, as long as your passion is something that's not like destructive and fucking weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, take your passion out there and put it out there for people, and maybe you won't reach 1 million monthly listeners on Spotify. Maybe you'll have like I had Kyle, my one watcher, when I was playing Elite Dangerous, on Monday nights or whatever, or however many people listen to us. It's hard to tell because the internet is a fractured and broken place, but there are people out there who will appreciate your passion. So put it out there.
Yeah. And as long as you're enjoying it, keep doing it.
Yeah, as long as you can.
Yeah, if you're doing what you love, you never work a day in your life.
That's
okay.
a lie.
Yeah. And I mean,
it's less like work.
Oh.
like reading things like this and hearing things like this, like, I regret a little bit us making this decision, but it's also kind of like, I don't want us to just kind of fade out like No Quarters did, where it was just kind of like, do we have anything to talk about? No.
Yeah. My one regret is that I have but one podcast to give to my country.
Yeah.
Well, we've given nearly 600 regular episodes to it. So
yeah, and
that's the thing. Like, I can put the BMFcast to rest, knowing that we've done 15 years, 600 episodes of something that mattered to people.
Yeah, and
something that mattered to us.
And they'll always be there, hopefully, until the hosting runs out. But somebody will have them saved on a hard drive. Somebody will upload them somewhere.
Yeah. It's the digital age. They're there in perpetuity.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'll start broadcasting them over the radio into the into space. That way they'll always be out there.
There's just start a shortwave radio station from now on, and our only listeners will be whoever happens to pick it up because the weather's right that day.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I could do that.
Yeah. All right. It's voicemail time.
Okay.
Friends. First up, we got Taylor from Seattle.
Hell yeah, Taylor.
Which was on 328.
Looking there it is.
328 blaze it.
Area code.
Got it.
Hello, friends at the Bad Movie Fiends podcast. It is I, Taylor from Seattle. It feels really weird to be calling in my last call. I did something. Originally, I had something else I was going to prepare for episode 600. It was going to be a Ken Burns Civil War parody phone call. At first, it was just going to be playing the music, do 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 do, and then doing a parody of a letter to my dearest BMFcast. But then I had the idea to rope others into helping me out, like getting Jens or whoever to help, and talking about the Bad Movie War Battle of the BMFcast, where we all talk about the horrible movies we saw while the BMFcast, which I guess would be a monument or something in the sense it stood proudly in the night. But then y'all announced y'all's retirement, and that doesn't quite work so strongly anymore. So instead of a funny phone call, I just have an earnest phone call for you. Wanted to thank you for all the years of entertainment. I found y'all due to Chuck right when I had to drop out of college due to illness, and y'all got me through some rough times. So thank you, Harlow. Thank you, Mackie. Thank you, BJ. And thank you, Chuck. And goodbye, BMFcast. Gonna miss you.
Yeah, thanks, Taylor. Taylor's been there so long.
I know, and we've had to update their from like it feels like 7 times. It's only been like maybe twice, but yeah. You've been on the journey with us. We're so happy to have had you along the way.
Sorry we ruined your Civil War parody.
If it helps, haven't I made that joke enough? Like, I feel like I did it earlier in this episode. Before this, I didn't read the emails or voicemails ahead of time. I think Mackie pre-screened almost everything. But like,
I did.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I just do that like when we were off at war.
Yeah.
I feel like that's always stuck in my head.
Well,
the letters from home.
At least you can take solace in the fact that this mailbag episode is like a Ken Burns documentary.
It is
at this point.
It's
almost.
It's never going to end.
It's going to be at least one episode.
It's
of
kind of
Ken
like
Burns.
Ken Burns baseball or any particular baseball game. It's just eternal.
All right. So the next one is the only one I haven't screened because Jackie literally called in while we were starting the recording. I think if you're on the live stream, you'll hear the phone ringing. It does not sound like Garfield, sadly, but yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and listen to that one.
Jackie,
the newest one.
Hey guys, this is Jackie from Houston, which I think says a lot about how long we've come. Because when I started listening to the show over a decade ago, I was still Josh from Corpus Christi. So that's a lot. I knew that in my typical fashion, I had to get something in at the last minute, or I wouldn't do it at all. It's just, man, it's bittersweet knowing you guys are on the way out, but I get it. You've had a hell of a run. You've been with me through the worst times of my life, the best times of my life. We've shared so many weird things that I can't guarantee. I never would have heard about them without you guys, but I certainly wouldn't have learned about them in the best way without the work that y'all put in week after week, year after year, to just bring out the coolest and most ridiculous in the world. And that's gone on to real life, actual camaraderie. We've got a whole Discord full of people united over these silly little shows y'all did. I'm at a loss for words. I thought about all this. I thought about it all for like a week or two, and I'm just terrible at it. But we've stood tall. We've united. We've booted the bad opinion haver. There's been so much in what feels like should be a short amount of time, but I appreciate everything you guys have done. I'm not going anywhere. I feel like you guys aren't going anywhere. You're just not putting together a podcast regularly anymore, and that's fine. But I just wanted to thank you again for being a source of constant joy and entertainment in all these years, especially the years that did not have a lot of joy and entertainment, that mostly being my 20s. Groundbreaking things. But yeah, that being said, I'm sure you've got plenty to go through. I just, wanted to say an official goodbye to the show one last time. I love you guys. This has been, such a journey. We've, it feels like we've crossed galaxies together, spanned time, discovered star groves. Just, like I said, camaraderie, I think, is the thing we took away the most over this. Bonding over absolute garbage. You guys are the best. And you're going to go down in history as one of the best, whether, the idiot world of podcast listicles will ever recognize that or not. RIP, no quarters, crash and burn, guys. Love y'all. Jackie out.
Thanks, Jackie.
Burned on the no quarters thing again.
Yeah.
People really like no quarters. What can I say?
It was a triple dunk.
Yeah.
We've been posterized.
Jackie and I are friends on Facebook, and yeah, I know some of what they've been through, obviously. So, that's the stuff I think about, when people say, like, we helped them through dark times. Like, I know the dark times Jackie went through, and it's like,
same.
Fuck, man. It's nice to know that we were kind of like the positive thing.
Right.
Even if it's just this little tiny thing, that's only like, an hour and 20 minutes a week.
If we can be like a Band-Aid to the open wound that is the world, I mean, I'm okay with that.
A momentary salve, even putting a little bit of good into the world is worth the effort.
And all of you out there who's listened can thank Jackie for being the one who was like, you guys really need to watch Never Too Young to Die.
Yep.
And it's got a song called Stargrove in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Jackie, we are long overdue for a karaoke night.
Oh, God,
We need
yes.
to make that happen, you and me. Drinks are on me.
I'll
Probably. No, you're not invited.
Oh. I thought I was cool enough.
No, sorry.
Damn it.
We could sing Islands in the Stream together. I'll do it.
Honestly, Jackie does so many things that I am so jealous of.
I know.
You know?
I know.
Like, living their best life. That's a cliche phrase, but I genuinely feel like Jackie is living their best life right now. So
we have seen a lot of people grow into living their best lives throughout the course of this, and I am so happy for all of you.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have a voicemail from Jody, our fartist.
The official fartist of the BMFcast.
The official fartist. A fan artist. Just
right, yeah.
For those who don't.
Not one who farts, but one who...
I mean, probably
also
most people...
Also known as hula.
Functioning digestive systems do pass gas occasionally.
But yeah. Known as hula poison.
We're the official flatulists of the BMFcast.
Okay.
Jody's the official fartist.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Hi guys, first time caller, long time listener. It's me, Hula, the fartist. Hello. I figured I had to call into Garfield's butt at least once before this whole thing is over. First, I wanted to say thank you for doing Sugar Hill as your last entry for Blaxploitation History Month. I was really honored, and that was totally awesome. So, thank you. I wanted to thank you guys for all the years of the podcast. It has been awesome. My first episode I listened to was Hard Ticket to Hawaii. I can't remember what brought me to the podcast exactly. All I know is I listened to the episode and I finally realized I had found my people. My favorite moment in BMFcast history was the infamous toilet wine debate. I hope in the future you guys do a podcast where you debate such hot topics as the pros and cons of velour jumpsuits, truck nuts yay or nay. Can another flavor of Mountain Dew be justified?
Yes.
In the same manner as you hotly contested whether or not BJ had dipped his balls into the toilet tank. I want that for you in the future. I demand that, please. Thank you. I really have appreciated listening to you guys all through the years here. From when I was in my studio apartment starving to death in Vancouver, to driving to and from my keto classes at night, and now after I've gone through a very dark period of my life, I'm back listening to you at my new job. It's a shame that the podcast is ending, but it's good to see it ending on a high note and not just fading away in a dull fart. Sorry I hadn't been sending any, fart lately, but I have pivoted over to a new medium. I am sculpting now, so if anybody wants a sculpture, who to call. At least AI hasn't ruined that yet. I want to say good luck on all the future endeavors, and I will be listening with anticipation for your future projects. And I wish everybody the best of luck. And I want to say hey to everyone in the BMF chat. It's been a blast. I'll be keeping up with you guys in the Discord, and hopefully we'll just, keep everything rolling. Anyway, yours till the crow flies and the flies crow. Sent from my Speakin' Math I've found in my old toy box here. This is Hula Poison out. P.S. I'm still really salty that you didn't do Shoot Fighter. Okay. Love you guys. Bye.
Still one episode left.
It could happen. It could still happen.
I actually was waiting for the Speaking Math at the end.
I kind of
waiting
was
to
too.
hear it.
Yeah.
Well, like when the pause happened, I was like, did she really? Like 1, 2, 4,
Yeah.
9.
Send us a message in binary.
9.
Knowing technology from that era, it's probably broken.
They still sell them. You can buy them at Cracker Barrel.
Can you?
Yeah. Or online.
Hula's another long time.
Yeah.
And another
We had
just
some
like journey.
Was that your Twitter icon for ages?
Yeah.
Was what she made
I
for you?
still have. Where is it?
Well, you always switch to the Wolfman when it's Halloween, right?
I used to always switch to the Wolfman, but I think it's my. Yeah, still.
Wolfman got nards or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, this
Wolfman's
Wolfman
got
has
nards.
nards.
Okay. Yeah.
That I'm going to dip into the toilet tank.
All right.
Um,
I guess we're all in
as
agreement.
as instructed.
I guess we're all in agreement there.
Right. But yeah, I still use the icons that Hula created for us ages ago on all sorts of things.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll pull out that I'll pull the Wolfman out at Halloween or the
You shouldn't do that in public.
I know, but
Yeah. Don't do the Wolfman Jack.
right.
No.
But yeah, OG.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. Like just
I know.
getting the fact of receiving fan art was such a fucking mind-blowing situation
Yeah.
for me that really made me feel like holy shit.
And it being awesome.
Well, yeah.
Because you're always like, oh, somebody sent us something, and there's like that moment where you're like, ooh,
Yeah.
what do I do if it
Oh, it's got an
sucks?
attachment. Oh no.
Yeah. And then it's like, oh no, this is awesome. All right, never mind.
So
I think I actually, that was the first like truly outside fart we got. We got some early internal farts or somewhat internal fart, right? Because remember our Twilight gift bag? Someone gave us a Twilight gift bag way back when. It was like a hand collaged Edward bag or something like that, and it had all the all the teeny bopper magazines in it.
No, I know who it was.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a friend of mine.
Okay. I'm saying like we had some kind of fart, but
Yeah.
I'm saying like that was from just like random source of fart. That was just like, oh, you like Twilight, huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
But Hula's my homie.
Yeah, thanks, Hula. Next one up, Moonpier sent a 3-part thing.
Holy shit. Okay.
So yeah, as he said, in case it's not clear, audio file 1, then the email, then audio file 2. So we will follow Moonpier's instructions.
All right, yeah,
explicitly. So
unmarked bills, non-sequential. Here we go.
Yeah.
Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. This is the audio recording for the final, well, almost final episode of the BMFcast. Na 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 na. Way goodbye. Na 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 na. Way goodbye.
Now the email.
Okay, so he says, "Welp, final transmission. Hey, folks." Okay, sorry. That was the thing I just read. Anyway, hey guys. In case you couldn't tell from the voicemail, it's me, your friendly neighborhood street urchin, Moon. In all honesty, it's hard to know what to write here at this point. I won't wax poetic too much because I think we'll cover that in a little bit. I want to thank you all for everything, for the shows, the laughs, the friendship, the jokes. I know all of that is not going away, but it's generally the end of an era. First my team manager, and now you guys. It sucks, but I know you'll all be fine, and you can breathe and take a break and enjoy your time and just exhale. If you guys ever want to hang out, you know how to get a hold of me. Plus, you have my number, too, so you know how to get a hold of me that way, too. Yes, I've called him a few times. Honestly, I'm at a loss for words, really. I know it's not the end, but it's an end, and that can be just as tough. I honestly do wish you the best and look forward to whatever you guys do next, be that together, apart, or even nothing at all. Take a break. You deserve it. In the meantime, I'll find something else to listen to inside my dumb cardboard box with my dumb cat and the dumb rain and bad weather. I love you all. Thanks again for probably the best pizza ever with the best company ever. Be safe, Moon Pier. I guess this is it, right? So, and then he sent a voicemail. The second one.
Now we're back for part 2. I'm hoping that you guys understood that the na 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 was a celebratory joke kind of thing. And I hope that the email has put into justice some of the things that I wouldn't be able to say if I wasn't scripting myself out or anything like that at this moment in time. If you hear meows in the background, that's just my cat. But I don't really feel like a script is a good way to say goodbye or thank you or any one of the many other things that anybody could say when it comes to this show, all the side shows, the many movies that we've watched because you guys have recommended it, the many memes that will forever ever live within our heads because of the show, because of the things you've said, the things you've done. I still refer to things as Chuck Fine, by the way, in my personal life, just so you guys know. But it's a difficult thing when something comes to an end. And it's hard to put into words, which is why I don't like doing the whole scripted audio recording, at least. Email, I can type it out, sound it out, feel it out, that kind of thing. But I do hope you guys understand how much we're all of us, and I'm sure the fans don't mind me speaking for them in this regard too. We will all miss you. We will all miss the content you make, the laughs, the fun, the jokes, all of it. We will miss it all. But at the same time, we know sometimes things have to end, and whatever you do, whatever you choose to do, I hope you all enjoy it, everybody. I hope everybody enjoys it. I hope everybody respects it. I hope everybody is successful in the way they want to be. I, for one, am interested to see where each of you go, and I do wish you the best in whatever you guys decide to do. And with that being said, I figured it's not a bad movie, and I'm not going to reference something that you guys have covered as a way to say goodbye. Instead, I will reference something I'm not the hugest fan of. It is fine, but I know contextually it can mean a lot. My cat knows I'm upset, so my cat is now in my lap purring away, just in case you hear that on the audio recording. But yeah, I will leave you with the words of Spock, I believe. You have been and will always be my bad movie friends. I love you guys. Be safe. Be happy.
Thanks, dude.
We love you too, bud.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we talked about being friends with people on the internet. And, like, BJ and I finally got to meet Moon last year.
Right.
Like, I've known him at least 10 years now. God, it's probably longer than that. Like, because it was, it's probably 12 years, 13 years before we finally met in person.
Right. And,
and had pizza at Panheads, one of the best places in New Smyrna Beach. Yeah. Like, he and his girlfriend drove up from Orlando.
Right. They happened to be on a family vacation.
Yeah.
To Orlando and had the opportunity to drive up, and it was like, well, we can't pass this up.
And the thing is, like, we all, like, just picked up, like, we'd known, like we'd been hanging out in person for years and years and years and years.
Yeah.
And that's a good feeling,
It is. It's so funny. Like you said, like internet friends can be real friends, and often are. And I've made some wonderful friends just through the BMFcast. Not even to say like other things I've done on the internet. Like just the amount of people that I consider my friend, because of this is astounding, and we're proud and happy to call you our friend Moon, and thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah. So, man, yeah, it's tough to say anything after that, because it's like I could tell he's getting emotional, we're getting emotional, and
I've done,
and
Harlow's just got allergies, and,
right?
I'm just an asshole by hour. No, it's emotion and allergies.
Yeah. I've been emotional.
Yeah, I know, but I appreciate your friendship, Moon, and
thank you so much.
Yeah, you're a good dude. So speaking of good dudes, last one. This is email.
Okay.
He didn't send a voicemail. And it's from Chuck D.
Like the Chuck D?
Like from Public Enemy?
No, not that Chuck D.
No.
The Chuck D.
Nas Darkly?
Oh.
Oh.
I remember when.
Chuck Dowell.
I remember when.
Chaz
I remember when. I remember when. I remember when he wrote that.
All right. Yeah, this one's from Chuck. And
is this where we're finally going to get the truth?
Yeah. He says, "Oh, the places we went."
Oh.
Hashtag, hey guys. I'm sorry I can't be there for the festivities, but hey, maybe that one guy who quit listening because I joined up will come back for the finale.
We don't care about him.
I've written and rewritten this email a few times now, trying to make it as brief as possible. Yes, there were even longer versions of this. I did my best. I don't have a top 10 because I'm too close to every episode, having usually listened to them at least 2 to 3 times through the entire production process. They're all very special to me, except the anime ones. Yuck. Honestly, it's hard to reflect back on 80 years worth of podcasts, but after 7,000 plus episodes, I agree with the decision to wrap it up. It's time. Let the kids take over with their YouTubes and their King Tuts and whatever. But I'm glad there's enough audio of us out there to fully voice AI versions of ourselves in the future, should anyone ever decide to make a fake BMFcast, and I look forward to Skynet using our words when it launches the nukes. Good luck on your GED, Oppenheimer, indeed.
Yes!
Clack, 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 clack. Comes out the little printout.
Oh, my God.
And then...
Yeah.
God damn it.
Said, now I need you all to know some things. BJ, I will always appreciate our decades-long running bit where our feet would sometimes accidentally collide under the table, and one of 3 reactions would be the result. Pure outrage. This better not awaken anything in me. Or, oh, thank God, he finally touched me again. It's been so long. No one else ever saw or heard this gag. It was just for us, and I shall miss it.
I saw it. I'm on this side. This is the floor.
Harlow.
Yeah.
I think that joke just gave me a heart attack.
Harlow, I'm appreciative of you being somewhat close to my age so that someone at least recognized some of my old man, cat's pajamas, 23 Skidoo references. Also, thank you for somehow making even older ones in my absence.
Sure, no problem. That's what I'm here for.
And sorry again about Bloodfist Weekend. No, I will not elaborate.
Okay. That's why I don't remember.
Mackie, listen. It's time. It's time you admit I was right about Man's Best Friend and that you were just being outraged for clicks. Come on. It was good content and all, but we both know I'm right. Come on. Nope. I will die on that hill. That dude did nothing wrong. So, to all 3 of you collectively, I need to say thank you. Thank you for several reasons. First, for giving me the chance to do something I always wanted to do. I never would have had the opportunity to podcast without you guys. But also, thank you for making me feel comfortable enough to just say whatever was in my head. You may not realize this about me, but I have crippling social anxiety, and yet, in a room with you guys, I always felt completely at ease. It's great when you're able to talk about shared experiences with people on the same wavelength. So thank you for making me feel comfortable. Most importantly, though, thank you for making me a better human. All four of us wanting to be better people by learning and listening and growing is without a doubt the greatest thing we all accomplished together. I shudder to think about the dumbass edgelord paying for Twitter jerk-off I'd be right now without you guys. I'm 100% a better person now because of you three, and I'll never forget that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I look forward to many more of our high-cholesterol pinball arcade vacations in the future. See you out there. Crash and burn forever, Chuck. Sent from my iPhone 4, which is probably the device I was rocking on my very first episode and made me throw it on the ground because AT&T phones interfered with the mics. Thankfully, it didn't have far to travel, though, because the chair you gave me to sit in was only an inch or two off the ground to begin with. P.S. Please, for the love of God, don't read this on the air.
I forgot about the chair. I forgot about the tiny chair.
I
totally forgot about the tiny chair. That was pre-live streaming.
I say this genuinely. Chuck is one of my favorite people on earth. And I miss him very, very much not doing this with us anymore. And that's a big part of why I decided I didn't want to keep going. So, and not to like blame him or anything. Like, I don't want it to sound like that, but it's just.
Yeah, I mean,
he's
already sad.
Yeah, but I mean, totally, it hasn't been the same. And I think that's been, to be completely transparent about it, it's been a big part of it. There's a certain fun that Chuck brought to it, and I really, I love you guys just as much, I mean, but I do feel like
some of the magic went away.
Yeah, but we would have stopped a long time ago if Chuck hadn't joined.
That's true.
I was waiting for the opportunity to say that. Yeah.
That's his fault. Like we're probably plus 400 episodes.
Yeah.
Because of him. I mean, we would be.
Yeah. So everybody out there, just think about all the bad times you wouldn't have had us if Chuck hadn't joined us.
Right.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. So. Chuck is the reason for the season, and by the season I mean about a decade's worth of BMFcast, at least.
Yeah.
I gave Chuck such an entirely undeserved ration of shit that I hope you felt was in the right kind of jest for the first 3 years that you were part of the podcast. But I knew within the first probably within the first episode that I wanted you to be part of it. For as long as you would be willing to join us. It was that kind of thing when Chuck came on board. I was like, yep, this fucking works. What? And I don't even think I consulted with you guys when it was I don't know, however many episodes it had been. I was like, we should make Chuck a permanent member of the podcast. And everybody else was like, what? Were we going to talk about this? And I was like, no, we just need Chuck. Yeah. Let's have Chuck. Mm-hmm. That email, like always, Chuck, you make me laugh so fucking much, dude. I know I've told you this before, but just your style of humor, every time you're trying to be funny, it fucking works on me, and I absolutely fucking love it. All of your 31 and 31 jokes are fucking great jokes.
Facebook joke is one of the best jokes of all time.
Yes, absolutely.
Facebook joke?
Yeah. A guy gets hit with a book in the face.
And he's like, oh, look, the invention of Facebook.
Yeah. Just shit like that absolutely fucking slays me.
Yeah.
And Chuck, you're such a sweet and kind and generous person. I love you, man.
Yeah.
I've missed you a lot these last several episodes, and getting to hang out with you for 3 days in Atlanta this last year was possibly, aside from getting reemployed, was probably the highlight of my year. And yeah, I love you. Thank you so much for being part of this.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I say anything else, I'm going to start crying for real.
And for the people who find Chuck, he's doing The Oldest Gamer on YouTube. Just check him out there. That's what he's doing lately. I keep trying to catch up, but he's doing a lot of shit. He's playing a lot of weird stuff. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, he's enjoying it so much that I can't even blame him for doing that instead, and
Go find whatever Chuck does and love all over him over there.
yeah. Yeah, but he's a good dude. We need to do more stuff with him.
Yeah, we need to kidnap Chuck for like half of a year every year.
Yeah. Yeah. And I will say, like, all the movie picks that we've been doing since he left have basically been his picks. For the most part, he's still been curating the list. So he's still a part of it. There's some I've discussed with him, especially like the lead up to the end here. Which ones we were going with, which ones we weren't, all that sort of stuff. So, he's still been a part of it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And he's been doing the movie picks for us for, I don't know, forever. It seems like anymore. Like I said, Chuck's been the glue.
Yeah. It's interesting. I think about when we started, how we were doing like one mainstream movie and one like you're never going to find this movie.
Right.
And we did the alternating thing, and then we just kind of stopped because we were like, nah, that kind of sucks. And then when Chuck found the focus of, all right, let's find what's actually good and worth watching and not super rapey or any of that stuff. And he's watched, like, here's the thing, like, he watched so many movies that we thought were going to rule, and he's like, no, we're not watching this. Because he kind of screened enough of the beginning of them. Like he said he could usually tell within the first like 10, 15 minutes. He's like, either this is going to work or it's not.
Right.
And so he rejected a bunch, and then he'd still watch them anyway. And they'd be like, yeah, I was right. That movie would not have gone over well.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I say I've watched a lot of movies, it is nothing compared to Chuck, I think. I've watched a lot of movies, but like, I don't know, what's a greater quantity? A massive amount is what Chuck's
exponentially.
There was a point when he left that I was like, I don't know when Chuck sleeps. Because,
just
there was
you and I trying to make up for what Chuck did.
God,
we were like, okay, well, we
pointless.
can't do this and this and this and this and this anymore. We can edit the podcast. We can send the Patreon email. That's about it. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's try to figure it out.
Well, and I think about, like, I would be like, hey, let's start an X-Men podcast. Where we just read an issue of X-Men and then talk about it. And it's like, in my brain, it's like, yeah, that'd be fun. Let's do that. And it's like, Chuck's brain was probably like, I got to edit this shit.
Right.
I got to take your fucking Skype file and match it up with mine and add some music. And, like, he was doing all those shows for so long. And it was, ugh. And I couldn't even keep going on a Futurama one.
Right. I can't stand to listen to my own voice. I feel a great pity for someone who's had to listen to as much of it as he has.
Well, here's the secret: you quit caring. like genuinely, like the Futurama thing died because I was editing it so much, and I was taking out ums and uhs and likes and everything, and it's like a good editor knows when to just leave that in because otherwise the conversation sounds weird. And that was the thing about Chuck, is he knew how to edit all these things, in a way that clearly we don't.
Yeah, I mean, by the end, I just was trying to take out like sniffs and coughs and things like that.
Yeah.
They were just like, that's not beneficial to anybody listening.
Yeah.
I feel like I was finally getting good at it, but I was also running out of fucking time because new job and everything. But
yeah.
And by the way, Boston, thank you so much for taking that lift off of our plates and making us able to get to the 600 point. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you. Like, he's been a real fucking G about, like, oh, I forgot to upload the files until late, and he'll he turn around and edit really fast. Also, he's just really fucking fast at editing. I don't know how he does it, but
he does it for a whole lot of people.
I know, but I still don't know how he does it.
He might do it like double or triple speed. I don't know.
He does,
Yeah.
but it's still fucking incredible.
But he's also a fan of the show, so
true.
Oh no! Who sent that thing?
I've been watching these the whole time.
This is a new one.
No, it's not. I've seen that.
But it said it was.
I know, but it already popped up there.
Who is?
I don't know who's sending them in.
My God.
I imagine it's Kyle. Kyle likes to do this.
Yeah. Sorry for the audio version. We're looking at the
we have a
skylight thing behind us.
press F in chat. Yeah, we have a picture frame in the studio. It's a digital picture frame, and apparently somebody's been sending stuff in, and I haven't been paying attention to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably Kyle.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah. Speaking of editing shows,
Yeah, we should probably stop this one so there's not more to do.
yeah,
right.
I will say I am gonna start a solo thing. I can't promise a schedule or when it'll start, but it'll be Patreon exclusive for like 2-3 months, and then I'll probably put it on the main feed for a little bit until I find a place to actually put it. But yeah, I'm gonna start doing a show that is actually me writing scripted essays called Core Memories, and it is going to be about basically like the movies that shaped me. You know, kind of like a movie origin story thing. So yeah, I'm going to cover a year each movie. You know, like it's going to start with 1979, but that's episode 0 because that movie I didn't get to finish because I was 3. But I'm just going to go through, and it's not necessarily what you think it's going to be. As far as like, you know, 1979 is not Alien because I did not watch Alien when I was 3 years old.
The Black Hole.
No, it's actually a re-release.
Oh, okay.
It's you'll see when I.
All right, I was just taking wild.
But that's like, you know, like I'll
I'll
spoil that Aliens is one of the movies. You know, sure, I'll spoil it. Deathstalker is one of the movies.
Okay.
And there's a very weird story behind that, but I'm gonna look at like how that movie shaped what I think about movies going forward from there, and just gonna see how many years I get through.
That's a cool idea. I can't wait to see.
Yeah.
/ hear.
And it might be it might be music as well, but I think I'm just gonna stick to movies for a while. But yeah, that'll go on the Patreon early access and then move off later.
Cool.
But yeah, so at least if you want to hear me, you'll get to hear something.
We still
down
have
the line.
We have all the Time of the World episodes in the can and are planning on recording more. Life has been in the way, so
yeah, I know how that goes.
You will hear more from that, but I think we're gonna talk more about Patreon plans in the next / final episode.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I don't think I have any plans, so I will podcast for fun.
Yeah. But thanks to everyone who wrote in.
Yeah, this has been an emotional journey. I think I injured myself laughing at Chuck's email.
Yeah.
I think I might have actually injured myself.
He got you good.
He did.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And he is wrong. Man's best friend was not man's best friend. That dog is a jerk. And I love dogs, but not that one.
Not that one.
But seriously, thank you everyone for writing in. And, you know, it feels good to know, you know, I know it came up a few times in the emails, but it was like that it's not for nothing. And I never felt like it was for nothing, you know, but it's just, it's good to know people still had enthusiasm for it, and people, I know that when I have a show I love, I go back and listen to all of it.
Yep.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
think Idle Thumbs I've listened to the entire run at least twice, if not more.
Yeah. But yeah, it's weird to think that people do that with us. It's still weird to me. Like I enjoy hanging out and talking with you guys, but I'm amazed anyone else does.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, like genuinely.
And then there was one that was like it's like number of times of re-listening, like number of times I've rewatched Mr. Show, which is like I always think is insane, but
yeah.
I am astonished that people have allowed us into their lives like that and have allowed us for so long, and I'm honored and deeply humbled by it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And thank you again to everybody who wrote in, because it does the soul good to hear about it, and it feels a little like begging for compliments, but oh well. It's like it's really heartening to know that we've like you said, that it hasn't been just thrown into a void for the last decade and a half, and it's heartening to know that this silly little thing that I did could mean something to others,
and that some people found some of their favorite movies through it.
Absolutely.
Hell, we've found some of our favorite movies.
Hell, yes,
through
we
it.
have. We told you about some of them earlier.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for episode 601, the college years.
Right. Or this was all just a bad dream.
Yeah.
The
that
snow
would
globe.
that would be
Snow-
something if we just did like
Fuck.
a whole goodbye. Like we've already kind of done the goodbye here, but it's like if we did a whole thing and like, all right, I love you guys. Here's what I really think about you. All that episode 600, and then just the next week are just like, all right, it's episode 601. We're watching Birdemic 2. How about it?
Or we just start over.
Well, that's why I said we got to get
Wicker Man.
different
Yeah,
people.
season 2.
We got to get a different cast. That's what I'm saying. We got to
Yeah.
get the college. Well, okay, the college years have the same cast. That's not a good example, but
I know what you mean. I
Yeah.
know what you're
Yeah.
going for.
Just a reboot.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so tune in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Until then, goodbye, Miss Bliss.
Yeah,
I
don't bother giving them contact information.
No. Well,
Nah, they don't need to contact us.
No, there's one important thing that you'll need contact information for, and that's the Discord. That's where the community lives, and where we've been proud to stand up a real motley crew of like-minded individuals. BMF@BMFcast.com is the email address if you want to get in on the Discord. We'll be happy to send you an invite.
Yeah.
But we have to hold the shield wall against the Nazi furries of the world and the bad opinion havers. So you must request access.
Yeah.
Please do. We want you there if you're not a Nazi furry.
Sounded like a double negative, but it checks out.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's get out of here, shall we?
Okay.
I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ. And this is BAMFcast out for the second to last time. Motherfuckers.
Gotta toss that one in.
Gotta get it in. Gotta get it in.
Gotta get it in.
Oh, my
Yeah.
ears.
I just realized, like,
I'm gonna go home and cry.
somebody would probably want this folder. It's like all the screen grabs from all the live streams from Missing
really?
Chuck. Yeah,
Nice.
I've got like all in one folder here. Well, not just Missing Chuck, but I mean, we used to have like whenever somebody was missing, it was I've had a thing
Just
in
a running screen grab.
Yeah, I've had a whatever, a source in OBS that's called temp pick, even because it was supposed to be temporary. But yeah, it's just been in there for a long time.
I mean, you make up your own rules.
That's true,
Mr.
yeah.
901.
Oh, 901. Oh, there. I see.
Honestly, I've never listened to the final episodes of Important If True.
I haven't. I
They're
think it was the
still-
last 10 or so I didn't listen to.
They're still sitting on my phone.
You want to know what's something really funny? Even though I could still to this day consider it one of my favorite shows of all time, I've never seen like the last 3 episodes of The Wire.
Really?
I couldn't watch the end. I just had to stop. I was like, this can't end.
I haven't seen the last 3 episodes of The Wire either.
Oh, because you haven't seen any of the other ones either.
That's
right?
correct.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah, I'm just like it's still to this day. I don't know how that show ends. Yeah, I just couldn't watch the last 3. It's the only show. I think that's the only show I've never. Well, then I didn't just like outright quit. I was just like, I can't. This can't end.
you guys should be thankful that we didn't just phone in the last season like Game of Thrones did, and make the last 10 episodes 4 hours apiece.
Yeah, and be all out of character.
Oh, you mean like the second last episode being like 4 hours long?
Well, it's just one. It's
Oh,
just
oh,
one.
I
It's
see.
just one. And it'll cut down to 3 hours and
Oh,
50
okay.
minutes.
And when we fast travel where we need to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
Oh,
How do you
man.
get all the way from the north down south that fast?
Who cares?
You rode a fucking dragon. Get over it.
Yeah. All right. God damn.
Yep. All right, internet peoples. I gotta shut this down, I think.
Yeah, thanks for
Yep.
joining us in the chat. This
Yeah.
is I wish we could have done this every week. This
Right?
was kind of fun having this many people in here, but
Exactly.
I know what life's like. So, but thanks for
It's going to be that way.
thanks for checking us out.
I think for a lot of people, it's like, you know, they put us on and just kind of watch it happening. But, you know, sort of like a regular YouTube video. Good night, Chuck. Good night, Hula.
I realize I've gotten lower and lower as this episode goes.
Yeah,
just like
constantly had to adjust.
I'm like down here now. Like, hello, I'm on the podcast. Fuck your.
You look great from that angle.
Fuck your headroom. You put your lower thirds right over my face.
Ow.
Wait, who's Obs? Who's this new person? Don't join now. Don't know. It's too late, Obs. You can't.
I would assume that's an Aubrey.
I know who that is.
Oh,
okay.
Is it an Aubrey? Okay,
it's a friend of mine. Yeah.
I mean, you know, I guess I've never known an Aubrey, but I would think that would be what I would call him as a nickname.
It makes sense. It's the logical one.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Oh God.
Oh,
ghosts. They're
Jesus.
ghosts. We have to go now.
We've been haunted right out of here.
Spooky.
Shutting the light off.
7 days to shut off the ring light.
Oh no. All right. See you guys.
$25,000 a month Patreon goal will keep the podcast going. That's fair, right?
Sure. Why not? Hey.
That'll pay for all of us.
Yeah, I'll do it. Like I said,
Might get Chuck back.
I'll podcast for fun. Oh, there's that barbecue. Night, y'all. Holler at us on the Discord.
Holler at you.